All right, we've got table 1 here. We have, there's not table 1. This is round 1, table 13, which is going to be James Lychee Hernandez versus Andy Fan. And so Lychee on the bottom there. And let me get these names. We were looking through some of the spicier stuff. Lychee always wants to try something new, seeing if it works out. And what's his opponent's playing WarGrey, I think you said?
That is correct.
WarGrey X, I'm guessing.
Yes, there is a Actually, I don't think I see any WarGreymon X's in his deck.
I'm just gonna put WarGreymon then. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I would just do WarGrey.
And then Lychee's playing which?
The spicy Darkness Bagra list.
Darkness Bagra. I'm just gonna put Bagra Armory. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. That's
All right.
completely fair.
How's your Bagra Army stats going? How confident you feel in that deck?
I personally have not played Bogremon
Good.
at all. It was too high of a cost, too much setup in a format that's way too quick, especially with Crossheart being the defining deck. Now with Darkness Bagra, you can bottom deck Tamers, but the problem there is, again, can you get there fast enough to do it?
Gotcha. All right. Well, then it's going to be learning for both of us. This is, I mean, I don't think it's too outrageous to say that this is my first Bagra deck that we've done before, so we'll see how that goes. But
excellent. I just know that a majority of them try to delete on play or basically try to tuck under the Tamers as quickly as possible. Now you do have a new Yua Mono from BT12 that can tuck your sources and gain you a memory. So that is also another useful component that you can use in conjunction with some of your other cards, because like Damemon, for example, lets you play Yua Mono.
Yeah, so starting off pretty easy for Andy, starting off with an Agu X. Was there a regular Agumon underneath it? I don't think there was.
It was just I believe he went straight into it.
Okay, and then there's the Gumdramon, which then like, oh shoot, are they playing Hunter?
Yeah.
And there's the U. And that's the wait, is he actually just playing Hunter?
Did he switch his list?
If he switched his list, I'm gonna be mad. Let me see.
No.
Is that Tai in that list?
Yeah, Taiki is in this list, yes.
I'm just gonna put Bagra Arm. I'm gonna put a little question mark next to it, make it a little bit more accurate.
So right now we have Andy going into a Greymon from BT5 into the Greymon X, and then go straight into Raid Metal Greymon. So this will be a good set of play for next turn, because with one memory even and popping that red memory boost, he can then digivolve into the Raid WarGreymon.
Yeah. This again, like you're always going to get new toys to play with in your Agumon list. They're never going to stop that. It's like they're stopping making Goku and Dragon Ball, right? There's no way they're going to do that. Or even
tucking a card under the Taiki to draw a card.
And sorry, is that the? I have it upside down for me. Is it the new?
It's BT12.
BT12. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's the new BT12 Taiki. Security check. Hits Tai Kamiya. Ooh. Goes straight to 3 memory.
Yeah, that Tai being able to have the three stack already and just all the memory for it is it's very great. I was muted for a second.
Did you evolve into BT12 Damemon? This is where he can reveal the top 3 cards and play a Taiki or a Uemona or Tagiru. Looks like nothing else though, so he just passes.
Yep. All right, so going up, it's not a, you can't raid against it because it's not unsuspended. It's not active. So obviously you can't. Oh, it looks like he forgot. Okay, now just showing all the Bagra stuff.
Oof. No hits.
No hits.
And that effect is mandatory, so you have to do that. There's no option not to.
And there wasn't anything that changed state-wise too, so not a huge deal.
Yeah, you do, however, bottom deck a Darkness Bogremon. Chances are you run 2 copies at most, so that's 1 threat that's away. Andy going into the Metal Greymon X. So now this Digimon is going to have Piercing and check for 1, 2, 3 checks total.
Yep, 1 with itself, and then 1 with the Tai that was hit from security. You still have pretty much all the memory you'd ever need right now, too.
So this Digimon is right now sitting at 11, 12, 13,000 DP, 3 checks. No battle protection, so if you do hit something big, like a Darkness Bagramon, that stack goes away immediately.
Yep, and so the Damimon delay effect, not the save effect, getting both those materials back underneath your U, and then the Monimon draw, and then we're going to see what the first check of 3, potentially 3, would be. Another U.
Yeah.
Another Taiki. And another Damimon. Okay, we know he runs these 4 cards in his deck, 100%. They are very present.
The Yua Mono gains him a memory because a card was slotted underneath it, so that's some advantage there.
Yeah, and that's not the. Let me get him up. It's not the BT10. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I think you said BT12 earlier. Oh, okay. And it's the older one, which does work with it. No matter, like, even if you're just playing straight up Hunters, you can definitely play this U if you needed. But
so trying Hunters with this Darkness Bagra play, that's interesting.
Yeah. Again, like, whenever I deck build, it's so tempting, right? Because there's just so many in betweens. And yeah, unfortunately, not being able to. If it was the BT12 one, you'd be able to potentially gain some memory, but just not allowed for this guy.
You don't really want to put a Digimon out because if he does have the Raid WarGreymon, that could be just GG as well for the fact that the BT1 Taikamiya gives an additional security check. And it'll check everything, unsuspend, and then go for game.
Yeah. All right, looks like deciding to create something.
Crossing into what I believe is probably going to be the Mad Leomon.
Yeah, sure is.
This will actually be kind of beneficial.
And then that's the armed mode, right?
So he went into the Mad Leomon and then went into... Oh, what is that? I want to say it's an Astamon.
Yeah, you're right. It is the Astamon.
So Mad Leo was crossed into for a cost of 1.
Right. The most important thing is that you've ended your turn with a quartz, and that is pretty good.
Hades Force doesn't even do anything here.
No, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
So you guys, someone said they wanted security control. This is control. It seems like.
Luckily, this next stack could potentially be big enough to beat over the Quartzmon. But when he Digi-evolved into the Astamon, he was able to go into the Quartzmon with its when Digi-evolving effect.
Correct. Yeah.
So he'll be drawing a lot of cards next turn.
Yeah, and especially it's obvious. I'm not an expert on this deck, but I think not a lot of people would be on what Leechy's deck does and what potential things would be. Like, even that stack, I can guess kind of half the cards, but it's very unique.
Trigger the effect, putting Astamon underneath the Taiki Kudo to draw a card. Doing it again to put a...
thinking on a quartz. Yeah, another quartz.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, once you get one, you don't need another one.
Well, the thing is, if he Digivolves another Astamon, he can go into the Quartzmon underneath one of his tamers. So,
True.
Assuming he has 4 sources. So
that's right.
Having 2 Quartzmons actually would be odd because I believe they conflict with each other.
They do. Yeah, you don't want to have 2 of your own out. Oh, Hades Force, right on time.
I would have swung with the
quartz first.
The quartz first. Yeah, because you have so many draw effects. You want to draw 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. I think he had at least 4 or 5 cards there that could do it.
Yeah, he would have drawn a lot of cards. Agreed. That's too bad. That's probably like the only card in the deck that gets around Quartzmon, I think.
So he's gonna probably go into a
Gumdramon with
that'll
the
pass turn.
with the Digicross. Yeah, and the other thing too is that Hades Force is just, if it was in your hand, it does nothing. It has to be specifically in security at that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'll bring it up, but it's that's just real unfortunate.
Yeah. And that's just how security is sometimes. Like, you just don't got it.
And sometimes like your opponent gets it for free, right?
Mm-hmm. Another Mad Leo coming down. And I believe this is the other one.
Let me bring it up too. Yeah, because I don't know,
This
like
is
mostly like the purple cards, it's really tough because they all look so
the
similar.
same.
Yeah.
Green cards are that way for me too, especially with Beetle and Metal Capiteriumon.
Yeah, most of the purple cards, it's like you got like three colors: black, purple, and like pink, maybe, right? Like that is how you have to use this.
So this promote up, this could be game here. There's no blocker on armed mode.
No blocker on anything as far as I know. Bump it up to now. Yeah, both stacks I think check for 2 right now.
Correct.
And I believe you can raid. No, you don't have a way to raid with either stack right now either.
Not quite yet, but we do know that the Metal Greymon has piercing, the bigger stack one.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, that would also do it. So that's the oldie, but a goodie.
This one also has the bigger DP buff. So this Digimon will check security, negate option cards, check for 3 security, and it is going to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So maybe if Quartzmon was first check, you'd have a shot, but it was not, and Andy is able to take that first win.
Mm-hmm. What a clutch Hades Force.
Yeah, that Hades Force. Otherwise, like I think Lychee would have gotten it. It would have been a couple turns, and like if Hades Force was that one, or even like maybe the one afterwards, Andy had a good shot. Which, it's just really unfortunate hit when it did.
Equally speaking, though, I think that the Hades Force would have been really bad for Lychee if it was played by hand, because it would have removed all the tamers. That would have been a huge setback as well, especially if the Quartzmon is removed at a later time.
Yeah, it's just rough because if you would have attacked with Quartzmon, you would have been able to get the trash, which would have been that Hades Force, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
You would have attacked, and then based on the number of suspended Digimon, you would have been able to suspended cards in general.
Yeah, Digimon and Tamers. So there are at least like he had 4 of his own. He definitely would have been able to make it. I think the only thing that I could think of is that Psychmon would have made it in maybe 10 cards suspended, meaning one more security hit from it.
Yes.
That's the only reason I think that that attack first would have made sense.
Yeah. Deciding when to be greedy, that is always the hard part.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at it, but I'm pretty sure there was, so with Quartz itself, it would have been suspended 5. It would have been 6 with the Gabu, and then
Psych.
With the Psych, yeah. And then I think there would have been 4 things on the other. There's at least 2 or 3. There's at least 3 things on the other board. So if there's fourth thing, it would have been.
The only thing on Andy's board were the 2 ties, a red memory boost, and a Metal Greymon X.
Okay, so then it wouldn't have made any difference.
Yeah, I think that choice was interesting.
I will say, like, probably the idea of that, more things hit the Psychmon, and Quartz is pretty much safe against anything that wasn't that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. So this Andy opened up double Agu X, which is a little bit unfortunate because you kind of want to see your BT12 Agumon. It's the more generic of the two when you're trying to find your ties and also your Greymons.
Yep. So again, going into the BT10U and then the Damimon.
Crossing with Astamon.
And yeah, again, sending that card just loves being top 3 whenever you're playing Damimon.
Is he playing the Ghost Darkness Bagra?
I think he is. It's very shiny.
Mm.
There's a good amount of glare at least. Ooh.
Red memory boost coming down to reveal double Agu, BT1 tie, and the Metal Greymon. This is a little rough because he hasn't Digi-evolved immediately into a level 4 yet, so this tells me that he doesn't have the level 4.
Yeah, I think that's what he's searching for, and to immediately find 2 more level 3s on that hit is pretty rough. So we'll see if there's a level 3, and especially since like 2 Agumons were already, you can't Agu X on top of an Agu X if that's what he's had. Another man, those tamers love to be in his security.
Oh, he
okay.
does have the Greymon.
All right.
Well, you can beat over the Agu here.
Yep. So going into the Agu there. Psychmon is still out on the board and can't attack this turn.
I feel like you wouldn't want to attack because you might hit tamers, but
I think he needs to cycle, to be honest.
Yeah, because then he'll gain a memory too when a material is saved.
Is it specifically under? I know I have the card right there. Is it specifically under this one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when a purple card is placed under this tamer, draw 1, so it has to be purple.
And then gain a memory too.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Okay. Okay. Just loves putting that Quartzmon underneath stuff.
Interesting. Well, remember, Astamon can pull back from the tamers, but you need 4 Digivolution sources.
Correct.
Darkness Bagra doesn't feel necessarily good in this build, though I am partially with Bleachy on trying to make it more viable just so that the value goes up.
Always a man of the people, I see.
What's a little artificial inflation, am I right? Nah, I kid. I haven't tested too much with the build yet. And triggering the Gumdramon's effect to slot another purple Digimon underneath, so that's where another draw and memory is. That's really nice.
Yeah, because you get to, again, so it's the Gumdramon effect that puts it underneath it, but it's the Tamer's effect that gets the cycle. Leech generally likes decks that have a lot of chances for draw 1 and gain 1 memory with Cool Boys. So I think he's just using you as a second copy of that.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, and you don't even have to suspend the tamer to get the effect off of like the Digicross, right?
Yeah, you do not.
Which is nice if you have Quartzmon on it, because you still get to use the effects of it.
Interesting. So Andy decided not to pop the red memory boost to raid into something.
Okay, and there's the Agu attacking there, hitting into a Greymon.
Gray.
So that will get saved there, which means you get a memory and a draw card. Honestly, though, like that's
such a good
really
engine.
nice. That's
a good
really
engine.
Nice.
That is a really good engine.
Okay.
Mad Leo, another gray.
Yeah, and you have
it's once per turn.
Yeah, but you have 2 tamers out, so you get to do once for each.
Yep.
So you can ask them on play a 4-cost and Digivolve into Quartz. Let me bring it up. Asta's really interesting.
I don't think I Digivolve into Asta yet. It's not really the right timing.
Yeah, the one thing that can also get around the Quartzmon is just having like something really good in raising too.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Note that this stack that he is playing with right now has no DP buffs, so even a raid WarGreymon, what are you doing?
Oh, so he gets to use both effects of the tamers.
Yeah.
So up to 3 for each. So he gets to put 4 underneath it. And this is... Which Bagra is this?
This is the Darkness Bagramon.
All right, which additionally gets to Digicross, which I don't think he had. All right, I'm going to go on hard assumptions on how this is working out, because there's There it is. But on play, when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Then you place up to 5 Digimon with Bagra Army from your trash as Digivolution cards. And when your opponent's Digimon attacks are Digivolves by trashing 5, return all Tamers to their owner's hand.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting because
there's no Tamers.
Let's see. And is it makes it sound like the effect of the opponent's turn is optional, right? Or does he have to?
It's optional.
Okay, cool. Because then he's on the negative side of that.
By trashing. Yeah. Buy statements are typically optional.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm just trying to determine why, but at the same time, I think I understand why, for the fact that he's threatening this big body on board, saying, I know that even if you have Raid WarGreymon, you can't beat over this. But the problem here is, if he has the Metal Greymon X, he can get over it.
Yeah. Also, I'm looking at Asimon. You may play 1 level 4 with save, and then if this Digimon has 4 or more. So it's honestly, it should have been 2 different when Digivolving statements, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just wrote it wrong. But yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
How do I know?
Okay.
So this Raid WarGreymon is going to be 18,000 DP and checks for 2 security.
Yeah, which is quite a bit more than 15.
Yeah.
Because it will have piercing.
On deletion, so when he attacks or when Digivolving, he can trash the 5 sources. The thing is, I don't think any of the sources he has right now are actually any of the original Bagramon cards.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you did, you would be able to gain memory and push to your turn.
Yeah, because if they get, some of them say if they get trashed, you get to put them underneath Tamers, right?
Well, gain a memory.
Gain a memory. Okay.
Yeah.
You gain a memory, and then you also use this effect because it's used not your turn. Yeah.
You is all turns.
Yeah. So there's a shot that if he ends the turn, like if he attacks right now, it will be very great, but like then the turn just ends, right?
Like the Mad Leomon, like, is the only one I can think of that he has in the sources right now, because the rest are Gumdramons and Zychmons, so they only draw cards.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was like Mad Leomons, Chumons, Damemons, they are all memory gainers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, he would need that, yeah. So it looks like Andy definitely attacking into there. It's a restand Mad Leo, Otaiki. All right, 2 checks. And then going to be able to attack into the Damemon as well.
Yes, piercing, 2 checks. Is there an Omni is the question.
Yeah, there sure is. There's always an Omni. And that is it. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, if there is stuff, if you could raid, right, then you just lost next turn. So giving, it may feel wrong, but maybe just passing 3 was the play last turn. All right, we're a little bit late, but we are here. It is going to be Gallant versus Hunter. So we'll, that should be pretty, it should be something. And let me get the names real quick as well.
Yeah. Gallantmon player just did Guilmon from BT12 in the Rays on top of a Geekymon, and then we played an EX2 Guilmon for, I don't know what he searched for. On the opposite end for Hunters, we got a Ikakimon that was Digimon on top of Monimon, and then a Clockmon that was played and revealed 2 Hunter trait cards, and add to hand, which was, I believe, a Restordramon and Omni Shoutmon.
That is correct there. So let me get the timer. All right, there it is. All right. I am set up as I've been all day.
There's the Digivolve into Groundmon from BT12. Is there Takato to play? Is there the EX2? Is there the Memory Fixer? Huzzah!
Yeah, we do have Takato. I mean, having twice as many Takatos does make it a little bit easier now, huh?
Yeah, but it's not like Tai, who's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's at least 8 printings of Tai Kamiya at this point.
And they're in a bunch of different colors too. I know there's
correct
yellow, red, and black immediately on my mind.
Mm-hmm. And the cool thing about the Greymon actually from BT12 is it plays a tamer with Tai Kamiya in its name, not explicitly Tai. So it's even more why.
Yeah, because you can get him with his sister as well. The red yellow one.
Or Matt.
Yeah, our Matt, that's true. Or even like the white one too. The that doesn't see any play anymore. But all right, well we like our red tamers, so playing a Taiki and being able to pass the turn from there, and we'll be up to 3 memory, which is quite nice memory wise for Joaquin.
It is definitely nice to have a memory fixer, and also it is your pseudo hybrid tamer.
And I'm like 99% sure. I'd have to double check. Joaquin, I think, has done very well and or won some of my events as well. So definitely a regular player for these ones.
Raiden does have Taiki, though, so that will let him draw more cards next turn.
Yeah, because it looks like a little bit of a slow start. Normally, you really like to get it. Like, best start is going into Domimon very early and then getting a tamer for free off the top of your deck. But this isn't a terrible start.
Xiaomon 2 is also a good play, but I don't think he's found one yet to play Yu, Amano, Tagiru, Akashi, or even the Taiki Kudo for free.
Agreed.
Oh, what do you do? A WarGreymon play here would be nice. My mind just flipped for a second. I was like, oh, Joaquin is a lefty.
Yeah. It's tough. I was doing the same thing. Like, I didn't have one of these flipped, right? Actually, this might break it, but I'm willing to test it. I'm willing to have some fun. Let me see if I can let's see, rotate 180 degrees.
Ooh, why would you Digivolve out in the raise? I feel like you'd want to Digivolve in the back to keep you want that Growlmon protected.
Yeah, chat. Let me know if you like Raiden's screen this way or the other way. They're facing each other, but I always feel like it looks just a little bit worse, especially at the angle where his camera's at.
Growlmon going in is kind of nice for the fact that your opponent has relatively low DP stuff, so it will likely survive.
Yeah, and then how did you get the Clockmon KO? Was it the inheritable of the Growl X, I believe?
No, Growl X only adds plus 1000 DP to DP based deletion effects.
Yeah, because he definitely blocked with the Clockmon. No, he didn't block with the Clockmon. It definitely got deleted. So I'm going to make the executive decision that this was just better the way it was. So
yeah, I'm still thinking about what he did because he Digivolved into the Growlmon. The Growlmon has Blitz.
Oh, the EX2 Guilmon underneath. Okay.
Does it delete? Oh, right. It's the EX2 Guilmon, yeah. And then the Growlmon X gave an additional plus 1k. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Guilmon doesn't get to draw cards like Agu.
Yeah.
Or Gabu for that matter. I was just like, wait, I'm missing something here.
All right. Well, you did go up into your Restramon into your superior mode.
Yeah, you only get to tuck one Digimon of level 4 or lower because there's only one tamer. So you can tuck it under a tamer. Or another Digimon.
Yeah, he doesn't have piercing in the stack, but you can clear the board.
Yes.
And then get the additional attack at the end of turn.
I think the Gallantmon player is calling Judge, maybe? I don't know.
I'm not seeing a Judge chat right now. He might just be reading the cards, making sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe that's what's going on.
Because a Restramon Superior Mode can attack regardless whether it's suspended or unsuspended at the end of the turn.
All right, so just deciding, yeah. Oh, well, he wasn't able to keep turn to attack and do anything either, so yeah, that makes sense.
Well, no, because the Restramon Superior Mode end of turn, this Digimon can attack if you have 4 more Digivolution sources, you can attack without suspending.
Yeah,
So,
I was looking at the dice wrong. I thought it was still his turn when he Digivolved into it. So I thought he was going to be able to attack, play some stuff, and then end a turn to attack again.
oh, I see.
Yeah, that was just my bad.
No. It's all good.
But 2 more of those and you're out. Ben, this is my stream.
you will send the weather gods to smite me.
Oh, I will do that. Yeah, there's still that thunder brewing. Every time here, I hear something that I always associate traditionally with the sound of thunder, but then I'm like, there's no way it's thunder, and I don't know if it's just like a trash, like a garbage truck just dropping a like one of the big things or not, but like one of the big dumpsters, but. It's normally I'm like, oh, is it raining? And it's like the sunniest day I've ever seen outside. Like, nah, never mind.
Interesting. Why Digivolve into the Growlmon?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, he continues to Digivolve out in the main area where there's stuff in there, right? Like the raising still has its own stack, right?
Yeah. Oh, I think I know what he's doing. He wants to bait into the Warground next turn because then he can warp Digivolve into Gallantmon using the memory fixer Takato.
Which Gilmon is that back there? That's the Start X7 one, right?
The one in the back is BT12. The one that's in play right now on the field as an inheritable is EX2.
Okay. So which card would allow the warp Digivolve?
The memory fixer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because Takato Matsuki allows you to tuck a Wargrowl and a Growlmon underneath him to warp into a Gallantmon. Has to be Gallantmon specifically.
Yeah, so no Gallant X or really any other level 6. I see.
That jammer. Clockmon jammin'.
It's real good. I learned this last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to say it again here just for people. If you do have 2 Arrestrodramon superior mode out, you can only attack with one of them at the end of the turn.
That is correct.
And the reason that is because there's only one window for them to do that, and only one of them can take it.
Yep.
It's a little bit
similar
weird.
to Slayerdramon. Slayerdramon is the example that people typically use to explain it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now the promote, but why?
Okay, going into the Wargrowl. Oh, there's the Crimson. There's a Growl and another Growl. Okay.
One thing this deck needs is some recursion ability with your cards.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And there's that's the second time it's searched and found the X antibody. And just has the bomb deck again.
Pass the turn. Am I missing something?
I don't think so.
Well, because when he Digivolved for 3 with the Wargrowl, and then he played the Guilmon off of the Wargrowl effect.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you thought you just played it for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've played this Gallantmon deck too.
No, Gallantmon's just weird in a lot of its interaction. A lot of it's very specific and kind of clunky, but this will help a lot.
That will help because you can delete the Shoutmon.
Mm-hmm.
You've also marked Arrestrodramon superior mode now as a target.
Yeah, and you gain a memory for this happening too, right?
I believe you do. So the U Amano only triggers at the beginning of turn. It's not like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But you will gain a memory here, and then you can suspend the Takato Matsuki from EX2 to gain another memory, and then you'll gain another memory off of the Growlmon.
Yeah, inheritable. So yeah, so that just opens you up for a lot of memory, and then if you go into a Gallantmon that can also delete the Arrestrodramon superior mode, you will definitely keep it your turn.
Yes. So that'll delete Arrestrodramon superior mode. Now, would you have gambled and attacked is the question. Well, if you don't delete anything, that's when you unsuspend. So no X antibody or Gallantmon though, and as a result, you will not be able to trash the top card.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there.
Restadramon superior mode is gone. Gallant X going into security. Come on, Quartzmon.
Nope. There's a Psychmon, which is like the chain for Quartzmon, sort of.
Psych!
All right, going into the Growl X.
You don't want to give them 3 memory. If you give them 3 memory, it's going to be bad time.
All right, you give him 2, and then you get a third with you.
Yeah. So now the hard part with Hunters is you need to decide kind of what sequence of cards you want to go under the Tamers and which ones you utilize on the outside.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to. This is not a brag. I have my Twitch channel embedded onto my website, which you guys should totally go to all the time. But
Eggman events.
There it is in chat. But I have to manually do it. That's unfortunately the only way to do it succinctly, and I did not do it. So there it is. But if you guys want to see it right now, bam, it's right there. It's on the page. You never left. Hello again.
Let's go.
Hello again.
Hunter's figuring out what to do right now because they haven't.
It just means to me that they have to choose, a particular which cards they want to put where, right?
Because they have to promote out here if they want to use any of the effects, because they can reduce the cost by 2 memory here.
And that's the other thing too, because you have to promote and then you get your start of main effects from both your tamers. So
Yes.
you really do have to commit. There's no 50-50 of I see what cards I draw off the Taiki and see where I'm at. It's more of just I hope it works out.
They do need to get a 3rd Tamer out if they can, because if they do, they can bottom deck or place the Gallantmon X underneath one of the other Digimon.
That's true, with another copy of Superior Mode.
Yes. Why couldn't Bagramon be like Superior Mode? Like, why?
Let's see. Okay, Boncho Burrito, you put a good point. It's the same reason I don't call these pre-generals. Well, there's a couple reasons for that one, but if someone is looking, like, it's simply, I've been on the bad side of,
There
you got
it is.
Oh, that's so good for you.
That's so good. Where's the where is the Superior Mode?
Search engines are not optimized for puns. They're optimized for real words. So egg vents would mean that no one would be able to easily find it on YouTube or on Twitch or Google search or anything else like that. I've known this because Eggman has 1 G in all of my spellings, and YouTube's like, oh, did you mean Eggman with 2 Gs? And then just routes people to other things.
Oh, that's Digivolve.
Which does, okay, making it level 5, meaning you didn't really even need that tamer anyways.
I mean, it resets the Gallantmon is the problem.
Let's see. Is he attacking in too? Okay, must be an 8K.
No. Oh, it has jamming.
It has jamming. Yeah. And you have the plus 2K with the Dracmon, so I think it was 8K exactly.
I think he wanted to put it in a suspended state so that he could then utilize the Arrestadramon Superior Mode at the end again, but I don't think it's really relevant.
I think he's just trying to draw it. I think he doesn't have it.
That's rough, buddy.
We've only seen one so far in this game, but he does not. But you know what? That's okay.
No.
So
no.
that cost 5. It gets rid of everything on the board except for this stack because you did use the the X level 5, but
yeah,
you don't love this.
Death Xmon, will you always be like a staple card moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not, to be honest.
No, it's there. Its time to get banned has come and gone. I think it's a nice little tech, but
Yeah, I don't think it's bannable at this point
no.
though, because most people only run 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you,
Come BT.
oh,
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say yeah, maybe a limit 1, but definitely not a straight up ban.
But BT13 will definitely see a resurgence and possibly the Dex Goromon deck.
Yeah, and is it even limited in our new Ultimate Cup format? 'Cause I don't remember seeing it on there immediately. Not to
It
cut.
is limited. It is banned in Ultimate Cup.
Okay, okay. I couldn't remember if they kept that around or not.
Yeah.
All right, but we did go into the new Gallantmon. Does have raid. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k DP or less, and then when attacking, delete with 6k or less, and then if none, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack.
But it's not big enough.
It sure is not, and it will get deleted by Death X, right?
Yes. Gallimon does not have any form of effect protection.
Cool. So
would have been nice.
it
Goodbye.
Okay, never mind. Go back and do Gallant X.
This will delete the Death Xmon.
Yeah. Especially because you have with the Gallant underneath it. Yeah, you will.
Yes.
Man, this is still game 1, right?
Yes. And I believe this will also trash the top security.
I believe so. It will, on Digivolving, delete the least, and then if your opponent's Digimon is deleted, trash the top card. Yeah, so that will do both.
Oh no, was that what I think it is?
Oh, it is
How many
Crimson.
cards in trash?
There's quite a few. I believe this is enough. As long as there's 10 in there, you do win right here.
Yes, 10 is enough to win right here. With Gallantmon, you definitely have to play a little bit more patient. It's not very, aggro rush style. It's definitely more of considering all of what your opponent's moves and actions are.
I do agree. Like, there's also just a lot of decks that do have more. Yeah, he's scooping it up. Yeah, so Joaquin did take game number 1 there.
Ooh.
But yeah, I do agree. Like, it's definitely in a scenario where there are a lot more decks who do just play like rookies or champions just out and raising more than often right now, which means Crimson can get a lot of, or just Gallant in general can get a lot of the value it's been trying to find. So we're gonna go into game number 2, and I think honestly, like if Raiden did have the superior mode in at that last turn, I think this game could have been completely different.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, because I think the possibility of being able to get rid of that stack, because again, there's no protection or anything, and the fact that the Death X was just one source away from being able to just clear board is pretty rough too. But definitely not the matchup, or not the immediate result that I thought was going to happen for this one.
It really depends on if hunters can set up their tamers quick enough, because in that situation, I feel like if you only have 2 tamers at most, it makes it a lot harder to, bounce a Digimon under a tamer or another Digimon. In some ways, I think that if you can clear all their security in one go, this is where super aggressive multi-check decks like WarGreymon are also effective against hunters. But if you stall out and wait too long, then it's not going to work in your favor.
All right, so we'll have to see how this game number 2 looks. Both players have their opening hands. We're going to see if mulligans are happening.
Mulligan for hunters?
Yep. And Joaquin's still thinking he is on, he is the winner going into this game too. So he doesn't have to be, not as much pressure, I'd say, for this one.
How many draws were in the last round?
Let me see. I think there were like 4 or 5.
Wow.
Yeah, good amount. We had 1. This is round one. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draws.
Wow.
Which I agree. That's I've seen this meta is faster than that. So
yeah, for sure. Joaquin just going into EX2 Guilmon, not EX2, BT12 Guilmon over Gigimon, and then going into BT12 Growlmon. On the opposite end, we've got Raiden going into Moneymon. Evo into Ikakimon. Tamer here would be good, keeping the memory choked at 1. So a Tagiru, Uemana, or even a Taiki. Gotta gamble it. Gotta risk it. No hits. Oh, no. Those are the Omni Shouts, too. Most lists are only running 2 Omni Shouts. 3 at most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Omni Shouts are definitely tech. They're not as super nice for generic. Like it does do some stuff occasionally, but not consistently.
It's a good board removal. I've had instances where in playtesting, going into the Omni Shoutmon with 4, 5, 6 Digivolution sources, you can wipe really small bodies or even a big body.
Yeah, and something else that I didn't recognize when starting to play this deck for the first time is simply just how many sources you can get into get underneath your lines a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not seeing any tamers is quite rough for Raiden here. Again, just a bit of a suboptimal start for this one again.
Mm-hmm. Because you need that tamer to also, start saving your components, and without it, you can't save if you attack into security. So if he attacks here, that's 4K minimal body there that will probably get deleted.
Mm-hmm. And you know there's one in hand. Not getting punished, because when you're at 3 memory, like 2 memory, you can play one for 3, but then you have to pass your turn, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta definitely very risky swing, but with 4K just barely living and seeing what the play is. Yeah, definitely Zulu's big appreciation for them as well, for supporting me and for this tournament too. So most of the online tournaments I've been running right now are sponsored by them, so I do appreciate that. Very good. And in the Pacific Northwest, definitely recommend. I've never physically been there, but I've heard good things, and owner's super nice, super kind. If the next time I go to Seattle, I'll go there.
Still not playing a tamer, so that is rough.
You know that you're just waiting for them to be hidden in security. You want all that value there, but just not seeing it quite yet.
I mean, if he goes into like a Growlmon here, he can attack into, or Wargrowl, he can attack over Damemon, gain a memory, and then potentially take out the other one too.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
that is exactly what's happening there. So a good chunk of value right there. And again,
it wasn't EX2 Guilmon.
I see.
It's hard to see sometimes. That's my bad.
Yeah, most of these guys are, especially since they're red.
Yeah.
With a red background.
Yeah.
All right, going into the WarGreymon from EX3.
Oh, there's the Guilmon. You can play. Oh, if your opponent has 5 cards, he can play the Guilmon for free or play Tocado for free.
Tocado from hand. Yeah, and so the fact that you didn't have any tamers in your field to get those saves, you could have prevented them from getting to 5 in your own trash, but man, 2 more tamers, that's going to be huge.
So right now, even if he were to go into a Restodramon Superior mode, there won't be any value.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also starting to see more formats where it's less I attack your security, it's more like I trash your security.
There's a lot more trashing, which again is why security control is not as, I think, prevalent as it used to be, just because a lot of times you don't even get the chance to get anything off of your security.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who Joaquin was playing in round 1?
I do not know what he was playing against. I can look it up real quick. That shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, I'm only curious because since he is running this EX3 WarGreymon. If he was playing a Beelzemon deck, that'd be very interesting.
Let's see. They played against a Beelze.
Very interesting.
Also, shout out to you guys for being here in chat, hitting over 120 right now. I do appreciate the support on that one. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream and the tournament, and just to really appreciate you guys being out here as well. How's the thunderstorm? What's the weather update over there in Kansas?
Less thundery. Don't know if hail started yet, but I think hail starts at around 8:30.
Okay, so yeah, we'll check back at you at the top of the hour. Now to Chet with sports.
I'm back with the weather.
It's not good, Chet. They have me outside for some reason.
I'm outside in this rain. What an obnoxious voice.
Yeah. Man, so going into the superior mode, which I think technically this can... No, it's...
That's just a Restroomon.
Yeah, sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no.
No.
Draw one off of the Moneymon, so that's not bad, but...
Oh, did you finally find your tamer? Maybe? Yeah.
That's rough.
You found a tamer.
On play, you can add some... Ooh.
Okay.
I think you're too far behind at this point, though.
I think you are, too.
Like, you could attack, but it's kind of like, why am I... if he goes into the raid here, since he's not going to delete a Digimon, he's just going to trash the top card of the security. And then he can raid in, too, because he has Blitz.
Here's the old watchmaker, though. All right, and...
Doesn't do anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
The unfortunate thing is Raiden's also in the raise mode right now, so he doesn't have a Digimon out in raise. Trash that, and then one check.
Oh no! So there's there's at least
tamers.
2 superior modes in trash right now too. Just wasn't able to get them where he needed them.
Now you can grab them back with some of your other Digimon.
Still though, it's not looking great.
Was it Psychmon? No.
I'll also say, as much as I like Hunters more than Crossheart outright, Hunters definitely has a better capacity to brick in my mind. Not huge. It's not huge, but I think Crossheart's more consistent, but Hunters definitely has like a higher top end.
Unfortunately, there's no piercing with the raid. Yeah, I think that's one thing that Gallantmon is missing right now, and that's piercing. Oh, he can delete that.
Yeah, so that is the WarGreymon from BT12.
And then you can pull the memory back by 2. You'll gain a memory back also from the Greymon from the starter deck.
Mm-hmm. All right, so hits into Death X on the trashing. That's unfortunate. That would have gotten rid of the Gallant, but you do get a tamer up at least. That does help.
Yeah.
Thinking about the Gravity Crush. Okay, going Digivolving there for 1. Or for free, sorry. Going up your chain.
There might be an X antibody play here, potentially, because you will be able to gain memory. It doesn't matter, actually, because there's a Tagiro Akashi already out.
Okay, there's the X swinging in. All right, hitting the last one. Another Restroomon. So I think that's
End of attack.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah.
Now, if you go into Crimson mode here, that actually puts Raiden in a very tough bind.
Yeah, even if it doesn't do anything, it means that you just simply don't have a way to get out of it. But that is
because you can't tuck it,
Yeah.
because it would be level 7.
Unless you played another tamer, right?
Yeah.
It would be harder, but you pretty much have to clear this entire board right now.
Yes, and even then, if there is a Raid Gallantmon in play, that oh yeah, there's no real big trash for Joaquin right now either. Because if he has another Raid Gallantmon in hand, he can win here. He could have won right there.
Yeah. Or Gallant X.
Yeah.
But well, before he hard played something.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because you still get your blitz, so you're fine. I always feel like the tamer you need to suspend it for the blitz. That's only for the memory gain.
There's the reduced Digivolution up. Is this where we're going to see Superior mode?
Nope.
Well, we see Taiki come down.
Yeah, that is the one you're missing, so that would help you. That also means you get security attack +1 with your Watchmaker if you want.
If you have the Arrestedramon Superior mode, you can tuck Gallant under Geel, and when you attack, you delete the Geelmon, and you can board wipe here.
I think you can, yeah, because I think you do have the inheritables you need for that effect to go off. You also have 4 memory to work with.
Because there is one more piece to tuck, so you can reduce the cost again by 1. Shoutmon deletes 4K.
All right, so going into Dracmon, and so this just means that probably trying to just get some more cycle, maybe missing out on something.
Probably doesn't have the superior mode, considering 2 of them are already in trash.
Yeah, that's been just the hard find. All right, so using the effect of the Taiki to put underneath here for 1 more into. Okay, that is the last copy of Arrestedramon, but that will have Rush. You could just win right here. You could attack with this. You can go into no, you're not quite there.
5K.
Okay, so if your King version attacks in and survives, you can get it.
2 checks right there.
2 checks right there, but that won't win it for you.
No, because at this point you will tuck the Gallantmon under probably the Geel, and then you would have to attack into the War Growl.
Maybe you get it. I mean, you can clear board, perhaps. You definitely could have won this turn. It's very unlikely with just the King version, but you get 2 checks on there and then go from there.
Yeah, I don't think the King version would have survived, though. That's the only issue.
Yeah, I mean, you could have given the security attack +1 to either one of these lines. You
Correct.
have +2K under both of them, and then you have 2 chances of just one of them surviving. You would have been fine. That could have been a line for winning. I don't know how likely that'd be, but that's something you could have done. Yeah. The King version is 4K, right? So it can't get it out of that ground one. Yeah, you should have, if this is the cards you had. I know it's unlikely, it's unfortunate, but you should have just gone into security. You had a shot to just win, even as unlikely as it is. Let's see what the security was. Okay, never mind. You were. Ooh, okay, if you sequenced it correctly, maybe. Because if you had something with security attack +2 swing in first, and then the other one and gone. It also depends on having superior in hand.
It's always hard to know which one to attack with first, because we saw in an earlier match, even with Lychee, for example, where he attacked first into security with the Psychmon, hit Hades Force, and then suddenly your Quartzmon had no value.
I think the Arrestor Dramon should have gone security attack +1. It had 2+2k off the Dracmon. You swing in with it, it gets 2 checks. You swing with the King version as a 6k, see if that one lives. And then if either one of those lives, and also the security attack +1 at least does the 2 checks, then that was a route to get to game 3, I think. Okay, here we go. We are at table number 2.
Two. Dos.
And they're starting off. It's another Gallant versus a Red Hybrid. I haven't seen Red Hybrid honestly much in this format. I do know it's there. I just haven't seen it personally. So looking forward to this one.
Pretty good. So we got a lot of upgrades. We have a memory fix for Takuya Kambara. We have a new Emperor Greymon. So this Pokemon found a lot of pieces right off the bat, finding your Emperor and also finding Takuya.
And let me make sure I get the names correct as well. Yeah, this is going to be about the halfway mark for this tournament too. So we'll see how it goes.
On the other end, we have a BT12 Guilmon in the Rays off of Geeky, and then a Guilmon from EX2 played, revealing 2 WarGreymons, a Gallantmon, and also a BT12 Growlmon. So right now we have an indication that he has at least a 6 and a 4 in his hand. Gotta get rid of that Bokomon as soon as possible, but luckily there's no tamers right now, so that Yokomon effect is fairly dead.
Yeah, Pokemon, it's been out for a minute. It's pretty much was a staple in the hybrid format for a lot of reasons, but it's also a really, really good target for Gallantmon to get some of its additional effects for destroying Digimon with low BP. So it's currently not really doing much help for you, and really is a sense of being a little bit scary, but did finally play our tamer after that.
I don't think right now there is a card in Red Hybrid that lets you actually play your tamers for free.
I don't believe so either. Besides, like on deletion, like once you get the loop,
on deletion.
Right?
Yeah. Ooh, this WarGreymmon's pretty good. Now on the bright side, David's Yokomon effect is turned on now, which is pretty good as well. So that Flamon is deleted from the EX2 Guilmon. A Crimson Blaze hitting nothing.
Yeah, just traditionally Gallantmon doesn't play stuff for free, so not a big hit there.
The only time that they would is when they're using that EX3 WarGreymon, the one that lets you trash the top 3 cards, and if you or your opponent have 5 or more cards, you can play a Guilmon without paying its play cost.
All right, so Takuya being a memory setter is pretty important there too. Does have a pretty good inheritable for this as well, which can be helpful. But just another Pokemon. All right. Yeah, those are some good hits. Pretty much everything here is a hit for you.
Yeah, and from what I've seen so far, Red Hybrid lists only run at most 2 Pokemon. So we have seen the 2 at this point. Who knows? He might run a 3rd or 4th copy.
Yeah, and probably should remove Crimson Blaze. Yeah, Crimson Blaze was just out to signify that they couldn't play stuff off of by effects.
Now, a Raid Gallantmon here would be a very strong play. This would get you probably, the memory you need. Looks like doesn't have it. Ooh, that WarGreymon.
The WarGreymon, yeah, it's very
tasty.
Tempting.
Yeah.
Again, Pokemon, it's beneficial for all the effects you get from it, but I would say it's more helpful for a Gallantmon player that is just hanging out on the other side and you get all your free effects.
For sure. Suspend their gain of memory, and I mean, yeah, there it is. This will be 2 security checks, I believe.
Yeah, and you don't have like the super play of like X antibody underneath it to then go into Gallant X and get like the additional unsuspend and the additional trash to security. But you're still pretty happy with how much you're able to do that turn.
End of attack. The WarGreymon underneath lets him gain 2 memory, so
Oh, that's true.
pretty good. You got that Gallantmon X to trash another card, and or not actually. You'd unsuspend.
Yeah, and that's the new one, right? It's just a Groundmon.
The WarGreymon, yeah.
Oh, the WarGreymon. Let me get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Digimon in play. Yeah, I forgot about the inheritable. I thought the turn has passed. Yeah, so if you do have Gallant X, you are sitting super pretty, but instead just top 3. And yeah, I think we saw Gallant X or maybe a Crimson got hit and off the Red Man boost. The previous one didn't do anything. But...
Correct. That is correct. Red Hybrid falling a little behind right now. This is always one of those situations where, Red Hybrid, Crossheart, and Hunters are all decks where, you need to set up your tamers quickly, and after that, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, so hitting into, okay, Groundmon there. You do get a draw card with the Yokomon. 3 memory now, still able to do stuff.
So you have 1, 2, 3 cards in trash that you can utilize with that BT7 Takuya Kambara to slot, Digivolution sources under for extra inheritables.
Okay, Flame on.
Ooh, there goes the Aldamon. Can we get... There's 4 sources, so you can tuck all those in. Most Red Hybrid builds are running 4 copies of the new BT12 Emperor Greymon and 2 copies of the OG BT7 Emperor Greymon.
Yeah, I like this new Flame on a lot. I think it does a lot, but ooh, with... I think you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think you're in a lot of trouble.
It's pretty rough here, because if you have the Gallantmon X, you win here, and that is a lot of memory.
Yeah, and the fact that he didn't push up the Gilmon in the back just means he's
there
super
it is,
does.
right there.
Yeah. So we do have another win for Gallantmon on stream with Sean taking that first game. They're going to be going into that second one right after this.
Flamemon is a really good hybrid card because you can utilize it in not just red hybrid. You can utilize it in any generic hybrid deck because it doesn't say that you have to trash a red hybrid.
That's really fair. That's a good point. And we'll probably when we are in the kind of like the height of hybrid format, we did kind of have some multiple color ones. I could see like a yellow hybrid with a red base. I think that was really popular for a while. So that could be a good piece for it too.
And the funny thing about it is you could play it in like a purple base if you're wanting to kind of incorporate some really weird mechanics or effects. I know that you could utilize some of it as well with blue. You could splash blue hybrids into your red hybrid if you really wanted to. I don't recommend it, but you would get some of the other interesting effects from blue hybrid because you can slot them underneath Takuya Kambara.
Yeah, and I'm when you said purple and Cherubimon, and then you get to play Flamemon, and then you get to trash again. That seems correct. That seems Cherubimon just it's when it goes off, it's really great, but man, it's still never goes off. It's just so hard to get that set up. But yeah, again, anything that trashes is purple's got to have at least one eye on it.
Yeah, with the old BT7 Takuya Kambara, you can slot any 5 hybrid Digimon underneath, so they don't have to necessarily be red. You can now utilize even other colors too for their effects. Strawbees for gaining memory when you play when this Digimon attacks. I feel like there's at least one more. But no,
I
don't know
if
you could
promise.
I don't know if you could improve Ancient Greymon more at this point. It seems to be not the deck everyone wants to play now. I feel like this is a better engine overall.
It's just more flexible, which I think is generally my play. When you make more support where you're able to kind of choose which lines you go up and what your plays are, that's generally what makes the deck better because you're not just hoping that your one thing works.
Mm-hmm. And there's the Agunimon, the new BT12 one that on deletion, I believe, lets you play a Takuya Kinbara. I'm gonna be clicking all over this screen right now.
Yeah. No, I'm secretly, not so secretly anymore, but I'm doing a similar thing. Let's get this Agunimon up though.
I feel like Sean is on a slower hand this time. Is able to choke the memory at 1 here. Not so he adds the 5 again and bottom decks another raid, a war growl, or another growl, and another crimson mode.
Mm-hmm.
Burning Greymon here would be really good.
Yeah, because you'd be able to get the deletion of the Guilmon, and then you also have the on deletion, which means that if it does get hit in security,
Yep,
you get to set up your tamer for free. Oh.
Atomic Inferno.
So this will be able to get 2 checks, right?
Yes. And it also has plus 3,000 DP.
Okay, that has a tamer. And that is not big enough.
That is a deletion right there.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it ties, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Flamemon underneath has the inheritable play Takuya. And then the Agunimon also lets you play a Flamemon on deletion.
Yep.
So now you can start proccing more effects to trash a card and draw 2.
You only have 4 cards in hand though, so it is a pretty impactful decision what you decide to discard. Oh no, just deciding no discard and just playing the tamer and passing.
Double Takuya Kinbara is decent.
You'd want the variety though, right?
Yeah, that's what you typically want. Again, he digivolves into that Growlmon out in the outside of the rays. It's always so scary when they do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been seeing that a lot today. I think again, it could just be trying to be greedy with the new Takato.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, being able to again delete the Flamemon pretty easily, getting the inheritables to make get your memory back too.
If you can go War Growl X, I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. It just feels like a waste. No Blitz.
Yeah, and that's it. So you got 3 memory again, and with 2 tamers, you're kind of okay. You only have 4 cards in hand, which means it's rather unlikely David has the pieces that he needs right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got your 3 boys just hanging out.
Imagine if they were cool boys.
I mean, in this specific deck, it'd be pretty rough, but in the decks that run it, oh yeah, you're great.
So you're attacking 2 checks.
Boko and a Agunimon.
Goonie, yeah.
You get your 2 memory back from your WarGreymon inheritable too. Again, that inheritable seems pretty nuts.
Yes, I agree.
All right, you got a double hit off the EX2 Guilmon.
Thinking what to do next. I'm trying to figure out what David has in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the... Ooh. This will check 2 more. Right?
I believe so.
Because you gain security attack +1 from the other one.
Okay. No, it seems like only one. And you didn't
check.
Yeah, because wait a minute. Shouldn't you get a trash? I could be wrong.
No, because there wasn't a Digimon deleted.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Okay, no, the security attack +1 only goes with the Digimon. It's not a gain effect.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
With the starter deck 7-1.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Art by Sasasi. Sasasi?
Sasaki?
S-A-S-A-S-I? Sasasi?
Yeah. Sasaki. Pretty sure. I don't know. Me claiming to be the expert in how things are said is pretty wild.
Nah, it's okay. We all make mistakes.
I
It's fine.
still can't say Beelzemon correctly, and I know it. It's the point.
Just think Jack Black, Tenacious D, Beelzebub, Beelzemon.
Nah.
That's my line of thought every time I see the word Beelza.
Every time I see it, I'm like, oh gosh, they're gonna make fun of me again.
It happens. I've been reading chat a little bit. I'm like, burning grandma. Did I say burning grandma?
No, that's just for being a fun guy. Yeah, but this is potentially, yeah. There's a flame on. Yeah, there's super bricky, unfortunately, for a red hybrid player.
Wait, is that WarGreymon effect not once per turn?
I don't know.
Yo, that's pretty good. I thought it was once per turn.
Yeah, it's not. So you get the restand and you get to go again, baby.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
No, it is once per turn. It is. The WarGreymon?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we can't give Gallantmon anything too good, right?
Right?
Yeah.
If you had it'd be amazing if Gallantmon had protection or like, I don't know. It'd be nice.
All right, going into the WarGreymon X. I mean, yeah, this still isn't enough to technically win this turn, right?
Nope.
Oh, you got only rookies in there. That's so unfortunate.
Imagine if it was like, if Gallantmon had like an Arrested Dramon superior mode effect.
Yep. All right, going into the Crimson, because why not? Or grabbing it, rather.
There's enough hybrids to utilize the BT7 Takuya.
That is true. Hitting all those rookies did have the one benefit of maybe going into that.
Now you could make, if you had the Emperor Greymon, you can wipe the board.
Can you?
Yeah, you're close. You technically need 2 attacks, to be honest.
Yeah, you need like 2 more turns, to be honest.
Gallant is definitely designed to be more fair. I would say Agumon is like your best red deck in terms of support.
Yeah. No shock there.
Guilmon is kind of like the next best red supported deck, other than Shoutmon. Those are like the 2. When it comes to blue, you go Gabumon first and then Vmon. Although it's kind of they flip flop between the 2.
All right, so it looks like they're trying to Digivolve on top of the Takuya. And deciding on which 5 sources you're wanting there.
A lot of DP.
Okay, there you go. And then goes into the Emperor Greymon from BT12.
So this will delete the Gallantmon. He can also attack into the WarGreymon X, but you still leave the Guilmon up.
Which, I mean, If you have another Crimson Blaze, you could actually clear the board.
True.
But can he get out of the? Yeah, the Gallant. He can attack over the Gallant X, right?
Yes. He has a lot of DP buffs right now.
Yeah.
All those hybrids give DP buffs. So the Flamemon gives plus 2k. The Aguni lets you play Takuya from hand without paying cost. And I think that's it, though. I think the other one can play Takuya on deletion, too.
Yeah.
I think you...
If you also have a Burning Greymon, you'd be able to get rid of the Guilmon also.
Correct. However, I think Sean is in a good position for the fact that if he has a Raid Gallantmon in hand, he can just warp onto the Tamer and win.
True. I mean, you still also, if you just have a hybrid yourself, you also just win also.
Correct. Oh, skipping?
Or if he just has Omni, you win also.
Omni or,
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I think he's scooping it up. Yeah, unfortunate. So Sean's taking that one 2-0 real quick with the Gallant, keeping Gallant alive. We're going to go see if we can find another match real quick. We'll be right back.
Wait, what is going on here?
No, he's just looking at cards through deck. He scooped it.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Because he had a Gravity Crush, so I was kind of like...
No, I think he's just showing it off.
Because if he Gravity Crush and had a hybrid, he won.
Yeah, but I don't think he had that. I think he was just showing what he was looking for. I'm fairly sure. We can watch for another second. I'm pretty sure they're just scooping it up.
Okay.
Fairly
yeah,
certain. All right. Cool. All right. All right, give us a second. We'll be right back. All right, we're here with table 3. It is going to be the Greymon versus the Crossheart, which I'm excited about. I don't know if anyone else is, but I am, which is nice.
Have you seen any of the new Digimon reboot anime yet in English dub?
I have not. Tell me about it.
There are only 13 episodes are out for my well, never mind.
Okay.
But
it's that good you can't talk about it. I see.
Well, so it's available from the Microsoft Store.
Okay.
For like $175. It's only for digital download only. That's it.
Cool.
And I really wanted to sample more of the English audio before I even committed to it.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it doesn't sound terrible from the few clips I found on YouTube, but overall, it's one of those like, do I miss like the OG voice actors more, or can I adapt?
Sure. Yeah, and where are you on that scale right now? What's the verdict at the moment?
It's aight. It's aight.
For nearly $200, yeah, you kind of, there's a bit of an onus to needing that to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looks like timer has started, so deciding to keep that there. It's actually started a little bit ago, so
yeah,
you're gonna have to speed up just a bit.
And the mulligans, they chew up so much time. I'm just kidding. They don't chew up that much time.
I maybe should have done a 50-minute round, but I definitely did not.
I don't know about that. I'd be here till probably like 1.
That's true.
Anticipating 3 more rounds, unless these players drop, which I don't feasibly see it happening. Like, so you're telling me that we get down to 3 players, there's a pair down loses. I mean, then and the other 2 draw? Like, is that what happens?
Yeah.
All right. So Michael playing a Shoutmon on top of the Pikmons, playing Taiki Kudo to add what I think was a Sparamon underneath, and then bottom decking the rest while adding another Shoutmon to hand.
Yeah, and again, like both the Crossheart and they're different Taikis, but both of them, turn 1 Taiki is probably one of the strongest plays in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
But this is potentially lopsided because there is a good amount of tame removal depending on what kind of version of Greymon this is over here on the other side.
Oh, that's rough.
Triple whiff.
And this is where I see a lot of players transitioning out of using Cool Boy, because you're going to lose your Raid WarGreymons. You're going to lose a lot of your targets. So again, we're trying again. Oh, oh, oh for 6.
Oh for 6. Those Cool Boys are not very cool right now.
No, not at all. They're just making things really sluggish. On the bright side, you do choke at 1 memory, but Agu X is probably going to be the security hit right here.
No, just a Greymon. You're fine.
Just a Greymon. It's not bad.
All right, so you do get the save there. I mean, you do have another Shoutmon in hand either, so it's not like that was... It's not a super necessary material right now.
So you're telling me that he whiffed 6 cards and also a 7th card, and those were all not X-Antibody Digimon.
I believe that is what happened, yes. So deciding to do a cross 3 for all 3, so that's for 1. That's really great.
Yeah. And then reveal top 4? Or is it 3?
Top 3, you get 2 cross heart cards. So looks like Zenjiro and the cross 5 sending a cross 3 to the bottom.
Yeah. Very strong play here.
Okay, another Agu.
Top 8 cards were not X-Antibody related. Did he just draw both Cool Boys?
I guess so. Just not... I don't know. Again, they're just chilling out. All right. So then playing the Starmons and passing 3 there.
Oh no. You need an Agu X here.
Yeah, Agu X would fix a lot of your problems. Even just Greymon to Greymon X would too.
Yeah. But if you don't got it, that's rough. Oh no, he doesn't have it.
Cool Boy number 3 surely can't miss.
No, I'm thinking Taikamiya.
No, Curly.
My
there's no
goodness.
way. There's no way it misses a 3rd time. Okay, see,
oh, found it.
No doubt in my mind or his mind either. It's always there.
Found it
on the 3rd. You can't whiff 3 times. All right, so
first try.
Yeah, first try when it needed to happen. All right, so you just casually draw 4 cards and then a 5th one off the top of your deck.
Oh. You run 4 Cool Boys?
Yeah.
Oh,
and no targets for them. How crazy is that?
Pain.
All right, so you got a little something going on, but at the same time,
you got to play that tie.
You got it. Okay, so that will play a tie out because you don't have a tie out right now, if I remember the stipulation for it.
Correct. And I saw he had the memory fixer, so there's the Gray X.
I gotta say, a lot of people I've seen agree with this too. The art for the new Greymon line, super cool. Definitely more of like the original design of it too, in my opinion. Like looking more like gruff and scary.
It's a little CGI looking too.
I mean, even if you look at like the original run, right there, it was that bridge, right? So it's a little clunky, but moderately good CGI for the time.
I am happy that they are going to be introducing the Greymon X antibody as an alternate art card.
Oh yeah. All right, and then going into the Metal Greymon, which that can play another tie technically, I think, if you have it on you.
Yeah, when it raids.
Oh, that's right, when it raids.
Now this Digimon is 7-8K on his opponent's turn. So this Digimon can get deleted if they attack in with, say, a cross 5.
Yes, which we do know they added to their hand on this past one. So, and we already know 4 materials exist for it right now.
And he opted to not keep the Shoutmon because didn't he add another Shoutmon earlier to hand?
Yeah, he did. So as long as he has, which one is he missing? He's not missing anything. He's got everything.
Nope, he has all of them.
He's got all of them.
Pain. So much pain. This is gonna hurt. You have to take out that Metal Gray.
Yeah,
it sets your opponent back so hard.
Yeah, and then you can just win next turn. Oh, and you have piercing. Yeah, 100%. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, that's rough, but like not because yeah, it only deletes the tamer or not the tamer, the cross 5.
Yeah.
Which it's already done its job. You do not.
Yeah.
It's not a big loss.
Correct. With the Shoutmon and Raise, and the fact that this Greymon player does not have anything in Raised Ray to promote up, it's already really looking bad. What are your thoughts on Cool Boy in this deck? Would you run it still, or would you kind of opt away from it at this point?
I run it, but like at 2 or 3 copies of it. Sometimes it's just good to give your opponent 2 like it's good at choking sometimes, and you do see pieces, but it's not a 4 in my mind anymore.
No, I had it at 2 for a little bit. Oh, Darula, and then bam. That is really bad here.
Yeah, I think we're going to go game 2 pretty quick.
Yeah. Because you need to set up a body on board that can block.
As well as
I see the Agu. I see blocker tie. The problem is you already have a tie Kamiya out, which means you can't play.
Okay, hold up. Okay. If you have another Agu X in hand.
You really needed that Agu X. Does he have one is the question.
I don't think he had to have, right? Because he could have gone the Agu X on the other side too. No, he couldn't have. He can't pick the Agu X.
No.
Yeah. I think it's that is game number 1 for you.
Yep. Oh. 2 whiffs on Cool Boys. That's hard.
Yeah, you just gave your opponent so much time, and Crossheart doesn't need a lot of time in the first place. Being able to just get a lot of damage, and again, just ending the turn on a level 5 instead of a level 6 just means it was, Cross 5 was a perfect counter to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a shame. It might just have been a thing where he didn't have a better play in the first place, but we knew the Cross 5 was there, and it must have, and all the pieces were there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was all public information that if he recognized that, he maybe could have played around it, but it's not. But maybe just didn't have a better play.
So I feel like I wouldn't have attacked yet. I would have probably had to eat a little bit more damage, but the problem is you're already your opponent would need to have all the components to play that cross 5.
Yeah.
So unless they had, yeah.
So if you kept the cross 3 on the board, then that's 3 materials that wouldn't have, 2 of the materials that they might not have had.
Correct.
So maybe that, though cross 3 could also pop itself at the beginning of the turn if they felt like that. So I don't know. It's no matter what it was just a rough situation for Paul.
Yeah.
And again, going into this 4th round, we do have 6 undefeated. So these 2 players here, table 1 is our Gallantmon versus the Beelze, and then table 2 is Beelze versus another WarGreymon, or Black WarGreymon rather. All right, Zenzuro into Beelzemon, not bad.
Setting up the tamer already is really strong.
Mm-hmm. All right, Agu there.
Do not play Cool Boy. Do not play Cool Boy.
Super gonna play. What do you mean? He's 100%. Okay, never mind.
Smart. Hey. Right. Oh, you gotta grab Metal Gray.
Yeah, I think Metal Gray is the selection there. So pass into 1, putting 3 on the bottom, sending a Greymon X there, but not the BT11 one. All right, swing with the Shoutmon. Oh. It's highest plays cost?
It's highest play cost,
so it's
yes.
Both? Or do you get to choose one?
You get to choose. I'm pretty sure it's highest play cost.
It says delete one of your opponents with the highest play cost. Yeah, okay, cool. So it's not, even though they're tied, you get to choose between the 2.
Yes. So this will cost 2.
Yep, and then you get 1 back with the Zenzuro. So you, again, choke it to 1, look at top 3 for Potential pieces you don't have, probably Darulu and Sparrow. Okay, Shoutmon says Sparrow.
Interesting.
Definitely Darulu, though, unless he had like 3 in hand we didn't know
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Well, he would have played the Darulu already, I feel like.
Yeah.
Keeping him off of 2 memory is rough because he's already chipping damage away quickly. You probably need to just Digivolve into Greymon. Put it to 1. And then if your opponent hits
Cool Boy for 2, if you have it, and maybe go up your chain.
I feel like you need to go up your chain first. Like right now, you need to prioritize that over anything. This is where it's a little awkward in that, if you hit.
Okay, you hit Shoutmon, that's fine.
If you can get to, for example, Crossart's probably going to pass at least 2 memory over because they're going to play like something that's 3 cost, or 4 cost for that matter. As a result, if you happen to hit Tai Kamiya in the security now, if he has that Raid Metal Greymon, which we know he does, he can go into that and for 2.
Yeah, and one card that I'm seeing less and less decks play in this, I still think BT8 Metal Greymon is one of the best cards in the game.
Yes.
And in this scenario, you'd be able to get a lot of value on that cross.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, that tie-in security is a really good hit for you, too. We'll get the fancy art.
So unfortunately, he does keep them at 1 still. That's rough.
Yeah, it's not
because if you
probably would have liked Yuya or the other type probably a little bit more in this scenario.
Yes, you want to be at 3 memory, so it's one of those worst case scenarios. What is worse?
Mm-hmm.
The tie is pretty good because you can promote and give your Digimon blocker. I'm honestly surprised we haven't gotten a tie that says give your Greymon blitz.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, he could promote and do the same thing he did last time. Attack over the cross. I feel like you have no problems pushing out.
No, because you can push out and attack over the card there, but instead just going into the Metal Greymon and passing from there.
I would have promoted because then you would have had a blocker at least.
Yeah.
Now you're taking 3 chip damage, and that could be game right there.
And I don't think there's anything like you're really worried about getting rid of it if it's active, right?
Mm-hmm. This could be game right here.
This super could be game. All right. Metal Gray there. Saving the jet.
I don't know how many cards he has, though. That's the other problem. There's what we were looking for. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, I think that is going to be it, unfortunately. So,
yep.
With the Blinding Ray, with being able to get the memory back, yeah, you got to fulfill your conditions, but then you just attack in, and Michael takes it. And
yeah.
It's no such thing as too late. There it is, Michael, not Michael.
Yeah, I feel like that's why you would have promoted, because then you would have had a guaranteed plus 1,000 DP blocker, so it would have been 8K as a blocker.
Yeah. And
you can chump block if you need to, but in this particular scenario was just too fast.
Agreed. So that is table 3. Let's jump in and see if we got another table for us real quick. All right. We are back on table 1. Did he change sides? Yes, he did. Sick. Love it. Actually, no, you know what? I never changed it in the first place. Okay, no, Andy's on the right side. Good. All right. Less work for me. Love it. The only thing I have
Let's
to change is
go.
Sergey's name.
Looks like the storm stopped too on my end, so I am.
I was just about to ask on that one. So, what are your thoughts going on into this round here?
So honestly, I feel like WarGreymon has a little bit of an advantage because they have a lot of protection. But the thing is, Beelzemon has speed.
It does.
So ultimately, it comes down to who sets up faster. And it wasn't like that one round where we saw multiple cool boys whiffing. I don't know if Andy actually runs the cool boys. A lot of players are dropping them and just going back to the BT5 Coromons for their draw engine or power, I should say.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, and if Black War Gray X BT11 was still in the meta, at least still at 4, yeah, Cool Boy 100% I'd say would be run, right? But with that not being as tasty and just in general how it is, it's just not as reliable as it used to be.
No, losing the Greymon X from BT11 definitely put a damper on a lot of people's strategies. Greymon decks have slowed down a little bit, but it's not entirely gone.
Yeah.
So it looks like Greymon is okay with their hand. We got a mulligan.
And again, I think who would I think would to win this one? I don't know. Tessero is such a strong player. He's been really grinding BLZX as soon as it pretty much got announced, right? He's been playing it very, very consistently, pretty much the only deck he plays, and a lot of those micro decisions that he gets to make with the deck can really add up over time.
Looks like Andy is opting to go first. So interesting. Huh. Rather than digivolving into your Agumon, you play it for the search. That tells me that you only have one rookie in your hand, though.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a philosophy. A lot of people say that that's just the better of the two. They'd rather do the search than go up the chain, but I don't know. I always feel like trapped into doing that.
Yeah. Probably. That's a good sequencing there because you can go Impmon X next turn to draw, probably sequence into something that you want to put back on top. Huh. I am very confused.
Yeah, it just doesn't prioritize having a stack and raising.
This is one of those matchups though where you want to have something in the stack though, in the back, because if you don't, they can Rivals Barrage you, they can Death Slinger you. The moment they start comboing off, you will lose your stacks constantly.
Yeah. All right, Greymon for 2. I mean, if you have Greymon X, you can Digivolve on there and then go into maybe a Metal Gray from BT12 and have protection on it. Ooh, okay.
For 1.
Okay.
You don't have X antibody though, so there's no protection still.
Yeah, but you do get to go into the reduced Digivolution for 1 there.
1. Yeah, it is perfect.
The combo we rarely see. Okay.
What is this hand?
This is currently 3 damage potentially on that. Because we do have 2 stacks security attack plus 2. We also have a boost of what? We're 12K.
4K, so it's 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wizard
1.
X, Imp, and Death Slinger.
Death Slinger doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do nothing here. All right. This is.
Or gray.
Imagine what this meta could be if this was consistent.
Oh God, no! We don't want to imagine it. It would have been disgusting.
It would have been disgusting. Yeah. So passing 2 there. You do have your 2 Ayamakos out, which will help you on your going up your chain for a reduced cost.
Yeah, he'll be able to go to a level 5 very easily here.
And next turn he could just win, for the record.
Yes.
He has 2 damage on the Metal Gray X, and then he can just attack with the Greymon in raising too.
Not much knowledge was also given from Tessero's mills or draws in general. So there's not really an idea of if there's rivals barrages in hand, if there's rival barrages in the security.
Okay, going to Wizard X.
This will be free.
And maybe extra free with getting the So memory back there, and then milling 3 more. Oh, okay, super duper free. All right, so you're at 4 memory now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's 10 cards in trash right now.
Yeah, there should be. Yeah, definitely now. Definitely with the additional mill here. Okay, another Deathslinger. Rivals Barrage, another Deathslinger.
Yo.
Oh my gosh. Here we are thinking that Andy had the super good hand, but Tessera is like, nah, my hand's just way better.
I didn't know if it'd be a good idea to just play the tie last turn, because you would have been memory fixed.
Yeah. But then you're just worried about your card out and raising, out of in the main area just getting deleted. Which
yeah.
Let's see. Okay, into the expert deck BLZ.
And this Balmont actually gives enough.
And you get to
buffs.
mill two more stacks of EX2 Impmon on this.
Ooh. And this Beelzemon can actually contest the Metal Greymon X at this point because of the Balmon's plus 2000 DP.
It sure can. Okay. You do get 7th circle there, and then you get the... If you have the X in hand, you're very happy.
Yeah. He can't use the Rivals Barrage because it was just trashed this turn.
Yeah. That's the only thing that's not going his way right now. Like the only thing. All right, so top 4 getting another BLZ. So he did discard the EX2 BLZ, which lets you play the Impmon. And looks like he's swinging in. He doesn't have X antibody underneath it.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, well, he could, if he had X antibody underneath it, he'd go into BLZX and then...
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the
no,
X. I was
no,
like,
you're right.
What?
Yeah.
Protection doesn't matter here.
Okay, I think he's hit every one of his Wizardsmon by this point.
Yeah.
This turn is stupid. This is going super off. You get so much advantage from all these cards. Your trash at the beginning of this turn, I think it had like 4 cards in it, right?
Yeah.
You've been able to go up all the way up through your chain, delete your opponent's board, get 3 bodies on the board, and get about 20 cards into your trash. Yeah, if there was a deck that was going to give us the hard once per turn in this game, this is probably one of them. Because we have a lot of soft once per turns in Digimon, but I could be wrong. I can't immediately think of a card that says, you can't activate this card's effect for the rest of the you know what I mean?
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
I mean, next turn, he's got a pretty good crackback, but the problem right now is there's 3 bodies on board. If he's going to pop Rivals Barrage to get the Beelzemon X, trash 2 securities, swing for 2 security.
About 10 cards left in deck. I will. The other thing I will say about BLZ is that at least it's not a deck that plays itself. And I mean this in the sense of you do kind of have to know what's going on. We definitely had like some decks that have been probably as popular and as strong as this one that were a bit more autopilot. This one, since you don't get to control the milling as much, since a lot of it is dependent on what you see and adapting to what you see, it's more skillful in my mind than some previous. Like it kind of reminds me a lot of like Lord Nightmon. Lord Nightmon was very strong for what it was, but you still have to be really good at the deck, or at least you had to know what was going on, right?
That's probably game right there because you trash the rest.
I believe that is, yeah. This will get 3, and then yeah, there's no even contention. Even if there's a Hades Force in there, which there wasn't anyways.
Yeah.
So Tessero or Sergey taking the first one. Oh, and I did not recognize that his there it is. His name almost fit. There it is. There, we're fine. So 1 away. We'll have to check in on table 2 a little bit later, see how that one went. We're keeping our eyes on this. This could be the finals, depending on this, since we did have 3 players going into this round.
We don't know how Crosswords is going right now because it's literally Crossheart versus Hunters.
Yeah, it sure is on table 2.
I feel like in the Crossheart matchup, if you're playing Merva, you have a stronger chance against Hunters, I feel like, for the fact that even if they go into Quartzmon, you just play stuff and you just suspend your bodies.
Yeah, I think Crossheart is probably a little bit faster than Hunters. Yes. But Hunters get more value throughout the game. So it's kind of like that. And they eventually get like a lot more plays for less memory, I feel like, too.
I don't know. I still felt that, playing the Agumon out like that it kind of set you back a turn.
It did. It did give them a little bit of time to be able to do what they wanted. All right. And yeah, good to go. So deciding who goes first. I would assume you would want to go second as Black WarGreymon, but I'll see if they decide the same.
I kind of would too, because I want to draw that extra card to go up my chain.
Yeah.
He had all the protection almost, but the problem was he didn't have X antibody. So, but the problem is Beelzemon can just attack over. Black WarGreymon Quartz. Wait. I probably go Imp.
Yeah, well, that's Impacts, right? But yeah, deciding.
Yeah, Impacts, yeah. But he went with the Bow. He was down to like 2 cards, wasn't he? In the last game?
Sorry, say that one more time.
He was down to like 2 cards, right?
Yeah. He went through his entire deck that turn. Or the over 3 turns, I think. 3 or 4.
See, that's the play I would have done for the last game he had, because he had the tie and he had the Agumon that I was like, why wouldn't you just choke at 1 memory?
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played too many games in this format, and most of them in Hunter, which means that anyway, the games are faster, so it's like not as I don't know. You don't see as much as like a fully set up BLZ, but man, when they get the gas, it's so good. Like 2 more memory just for hanging out, and by hanging out, I mean your mill 2 turned into a mill 5, which turned into
my turn.
Yeah,
our turn. It's 5 cards in trash right now. Yeah. This is turn 2.
Yeah, it's the metronome just like back and forth quickly. Oh, actually, it's my turn still.
Trash 2 more.
And yeah, nothing too good off that one. All right. And hitting a 5K, so just barely getting out of that as a 6K. Actually, you might be a 7. I forget which EX2.
+2 for Yamon. Oh wait, no.
It's Wizardmon,
Where? There's
right?
no buffs. There's no buffs.
Yeah, that is more of okay, just if it has BLZ in its name, not if it was like a wizard trait.
Yeah. The Yamon lets you trash 2, and then the Impmon X lets you trash 2.
Yeah. All right, so you're trashing an option card off the X antibody to get a Wizard X back to hand, and passing 2/3 after that.
Was Antonio? Did he draw in a previous round, or does he have a single loss?
Who's playing on table 2?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he drew. Let's see. Antonio going into this, yeah, he drew on round 1. So he'd be, if he wins, he's gonna get second.
I feel like if you have the Greymon, you need to promote here. Promoting would then let you Digivolve up into a Greymon. Ooh, that's not the Greymon you want to see first. You can attack over the wizard. Maybe BT8 Metal Greymon is like another pathway to go. So at this point, I think he's just setting up for the next stack.
Mm-hmm.
We know there's a Wizard X in play, so he could probably Digivolve here for Wizard X.
Use Iron Mako to set up something on top of deck.
Correct. We've already seen probably 2 Wizards, 2 Deathlingers.
Yes. Yeah, just reel in this think tank right now. You're on your potentially tournament point right now, right?
Neither player has made a move right now. We know what Tessero has.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of considerations here.
Yeah. So drop top deck there, milling. Okay, so putting the Rivals Barrage. That's really neat. I think that's elite.
It's good setup.
Yeah.
It is really good future setup. Do you attack over and trade?
What's the inheritable for the Impmon X again?
Trash 2.
Okay, yeah. So you stop the there's no buff, so yeah. So I think the trade's fine because you're faster on building your chain next.
We also know that Andy has the Black Red Agumon from BT12 because he was going to go into that originally on turn 1, but he didn't.
Gotcha.
Not really the hits you want to see. Not like you had any control.
No, yeah. Yeah, what a poor play there.
Like, why couldn't he control it?
Yeah. Again, when pretty much every other card in this build, in just the archetype in general, checks for cards, and then it's always a situation if you do get the card, then you get the benefit from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes like some of these hits are really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But I think the idea is that, like, man, if you do like 5 checks throughout the game, yeah, some of them are going to miss, but some of them are going to just be exactly what you need.
I think I kind of like the Yuya play more because it gives you more buffs through your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
The extra security check is nice. Like I think if I were to like readjust my tamers, I'd probably do 2 Yu-Yo, 1 tie, 4 new BT12 tie.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Not great. All right. Well, back to 2 memory. Ayamako is in play right now. You also have a Rivals Barrage.
Luckily, no starter deck 14 Entmon to warp Digivolve, but you don't have enough cards yet still either.
Yeah.
Are you rivaling to grab the Wizard X?
Okay, Witchmon. I'm so surprised they're playing Witchmon because I generally just see people play as Wizard and Wizard X, you know?
Yeah. And the reasoning for that is because Witchmon is good for DP buffs and also kind of accelerating the trash, but like Wizardmon X is a good, blocker if you really need it.
Yeah, I guess Witchmon makes sense. It's just like just add to it. You know what I mean? Like just to have a couple more mil and fill out your level 4s, but I've definitely seen some people just drop it. Yeah, 1 or 2 of it, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a 1-of for me.
It does trash 3 also.
Yeah.
Instead of 2, which is slightly better.
Correct. Yeah. And the DP buffs can actually really help sometimes. 20 cards, that's the magic number.
Yeah, Tessera is also just very good at just for showing his trash like that for ease of knowledge. And table 2 is still going on as well, so we'll have to see where they're at. Maybe would you be able to jump over there, Ben?
Yeah,
do a
I'll
little
jump
scouting?
over real quick.
All right, going into the EX2 BLZ.
Both players were at 3 security. I don't know what game it was. I didn't ask. Gotcha. I didn't want to break concentration.
You're good. Yeah, most of the activities in this game that I find have caused issues is whenever you digivolve into something and you have more memory than when before you've digivolved. And we've seen this on like Cool Boy with like Greymon X. That's always been in it like that. That's just a rough interaction. We've seen this with like Hidden Potential Discovered and like even like a Hydramon or a Bloomlord. Like Bloomlord with Hidden Potential sometimes says like gain 7 memory. It's stupid. And then this deck too, sometimes you go up your chain and it's cheap with the Ayamako and then you gain memory back because you stacked a Wizard or a Death Slinger on the top of your deck, and that's usually a lot of the issues I've seen.
BT1 WarGreymon could win here. That's awkward. You don't got piercing.
Yeah, but you do have 1, 2, 3 checks.
Yes, but you won't unsuspend is the other thing.
Well, you'll raid and then unsuspend.
Pretty sure he's just gonna play the Beelzemon again though.
Yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately, raid has to be the largest card.
Yeah.
And then just attack again, and it could just play it again. Man, if it did have piercing though, you're right.
That's actually not bad.
It's not too bad.
This does force the Death Slinger though, so if he has a Death Slinger in hand, that stack is gone.
Yeah, you have no protection. It does have blocker, which is nice, and it's a 13k, but nothing. No real protection, unfortunately. Actually, I think it's a 14k.
Let's see. 2 rivals are on Tessero's board right now. It looks like we have a Death Slinger. 2, 3. I think 3 Death Slingers are in the trash.
Yeah, and also too, the WarGreymon effect is all turns, and it does have blockers. So it's just when attack target is switched in general. So if you block with it, you do get to block and then restand it as well.
Double blocker, double attacker.
Yeah, I definitely think like this is looking out to be a stronger start, and for Andy, even though there's a lot of cards in trash, Testro is just really having a hard time getting a level 6 on board and having it stick.
Yeah. It also helped that Andy had the plus 1000 DP on all turns, because that's what enabled him to raid over. But keep in mind, the WarGreymon also has a when Digivolving effect that gives it plus 3k for the turn.
Yeah.
There's only one set that Greymon hasn't gotten to support. Or wasn't featured, I should say.
All right, so getting a Wizardmon, which again, being able to get the Wizardmon is pretty silly, just because you do get to potentially use the effect. Yeah, you're probably going to stack the Wizardmon on top of your deck, which means then you get to mill it. Yeah. Oh, crazy. How did that get up there?
Oh, it's still my turn. What?
That's silly.
Wait, what happened?
Uh,
Oh, there's enough cards for it to get deleted.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, very gross. And then go into the X, and this.
That's it.
That's pretty much it, right?
Well, if he had 30 cards to delete the WarGreymon, he has 30 cards in trash. So he's gonna trash 3 cards.
Yeah. He's gonna bottom deck a card just to do it. You pass turn, so technically you don't win on the spot, but this is looking real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tessero's got this one.
I feel like, do you think you would have attacked the Beelzemon, or would you have attacked the it wouldn't have mattered because he had 7th Heaven Cluster in the trash too.
Yeah.
Because if you attacked the Impmon, it would have been good-ish. But
the only thing I can see you saving you right now is literally Death Xmon. That's literally the only thing I can think of. You play Death Xmon, you get the Digivolve, but you can't even do that because it's Beelzy X on top of Beelzy. So
correct.
Yeah, that's not even there. All right, still trying. The tie can't get blocker to anything, which kind of stinks.
Correct.
You need, Gravity Crush, and unless you can mill them out by the end of this next turn, which could happen.
You need to. You already have ties is the other problem, so you don't gain anything there.
All right, so you get the memory back. Okay, Greymon X, nice, love it.
No blocker though, so.
Yeah, because the start of main and that wasn't on the board when it happened.
I honestly feel like if he had the Blitz Omni, I would have gone Blitz Omni.
Yeah. Yeah, but that...
Because it would have been a blocker Omni.
Yeah, but that should be it. So we should have Sergey on the bottom there take it. 2-0 on this guy. And let's see if we can get our table 2 real quick. So just give us a second.
All right.
All right, and we are here in our finals. Timer has started. I'm grabbing a French fry.
It's a cold French fry now.
It was probably going to have to be cold no matter what anyways.
Did you get burgers?
I got Wendy's since this lasted longer than I thought it would. So that is okay. I will gladly do it.
Man, now that you say burgers, I kind of want a burger.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're welcome, chat. Maybe you just do the ASMR like, go for it. It's Wendy's burger. I don't even care. I'm not sponsored by them. I'll say Wendy's. I enjoy Wendy's.
I was gonna say, do you have a Whataburger?
I do, but Yomi doesn't like it, and it's farther away.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because Kansas City has a Whataburger now. As soon as I left,
Yep, we got one.
it's on 135th in Antioch, right?
There's like 3 locations.
Oh, there's
now,
like
actually.
3 locations. Okay.
Yeah. Thank Mahomes for that.
No, I did. As I was leaving, I know that's his thing. He's like,
Dan knows.
How many Super Bowls do I gotta win to get a Whataburger here? The breakfast burger, they also have like the honey chicken biscuit thing. That thing's pretty good too.
I love breakfast burgers. Like bacon, eggs, hash browns, and then like the burger patty.
I was stuck eating not great breakfast this weekend, just with how it is. But I did have Carl's Jr.'s breakfast burger for the first time, and it was pretty. It got the job done. I'll just say that it got the job done.
Players are ready. Let's go. We got Pikmon's revealing itself. Michael goes into a Ignitemon for 0. And then plays, I almost called her Angie, Akari Hinamoto to play Darulamon. I think Luis is rubbing off on me.
Now I just do my half full of food commentary. Going to Impmon.
Thinking.
Chewing.
I think he's probably going to go Iron Mako. Oh. Man, he digivolved into Wizard. Wizard X?
Yeah, it made it look like he just drew the Wizard X off the Wizardmon, right?
Yeah.
Which means, because normally I think you'd rather have the Wizard X be digivolved in the battle area and keep the Wizardmon to be put on top of deck with the Ayamako.
What else is in hand at this point? Because for him to play the starter deck 14 Antmon is just a little. Bye.
Again, we were talking about it though. They just don't care. That's not. It's whatever.
They don't.
The only difference is that if it did survive, you would be able to use the Ignitemon to get rid of the Impmon. You would.
Yeah.
But you're still fine with what's going on right now.
I think it's also entertaining that the Ignitemon actually survived. But you have a lot of capability right now to just choke your opponent off on memory, and the fact that right now that Sergey is not finding, the Iron Mako, like when you open turn 1 Iron Mako, you're pretty much set.
Yeah, that helps you a lot, and not having that available to you right now is pretty rough. And the top 2 security not having it either.
And Machine Dramon players, they love Analog Man turn 1.
Yep.
Like if you get Analog Man turn 1, you're just golden.
All right, and so being able to stack the Rival's Barrage and then put it on top of the deck to get it into the delay was pretty nice.
Wipe the board, basically. Wait. I'm being silly, but I'm going to check this. I thought Ignitemon had saved for some reason.
Nope, it sure don't.
That's why it belongs in the trash. Oh yeah, it's. I'm hitting that point where I'm like, oh yeah, it's late.
yeah. Late commentary is great. Like just being tired. It's fantastic. That's where the real personality comes out.
Like you hit the loopy high point. So we got Pikmons again showing up. We got a Spearamon this time, I believe.
Yep, you sure do. Going into the Crossheart Taiki. Finding 2 targets barely. Going for the Triple Tamer. It's Triple Tamer in this build where you're also running Ignite. This is a really interesting build here for Michael.
That is very interesting. Having the Taiki is good though, because now you basically can start setting up for your bigger plays next turn. But having that Iron Mako out also really helps too.
Yeah, the more I see BLZ play, the stronger I see that it's just Ayamako being able to carry a lot of the time.
The problem is I don't want Iron Mako limited or banned because I need it for my Darkness BWGRymon deck.
Yeah. Think of the Darkness Bagra players. No one thinks of the Darkness Bagra players.
Nope, no one thinks about jank stuff. Only the good people can use the good cards.
Yeah. Right. Stacking a Wizardmon probably on top of deck. Crazy. Okay, Deathslinger. Man, I'm
close
bad.
enough.
Bad
Same
commentator.
thing. Same thing.
How could I have goofed that much?
So now this Digimon, if the... Well, I don't think there's a Beelzemon in trash yet, but we'll probably get there this here, because we're going to trash 4 off the Wizardmon X and the Yamon. There it is. Gain another memory.
Yeah, unfortunately you don't have a... Oh, interesting. Okay, so making sure you have your Impmon in trash to play off the Beelzy you just trashed, right? Or does that timing still work?
So which the EX2 Impmon or
yeah, no, but didn't they? So when they trashed the EX2 BLZ, they missed the timing of being able to play an Impmon, right?
Correct. Yeah, because there was not an Impmon in the trash.
Gotcha. Okay. Correct. Yeah. In Dragon Ball, you would have been able to resolve that, but we're not playing that game.
Yeah, the timing for the different Bandai games is interesting because I feel like there are different rules for each one.
Yeah, Digimon timing is a little bit less consistent in the sense that it has like the interruptive stuff.
Yes.
In Dragon Ball, what you would have been able to do is that you'd say, well, everything is pending whenever it meets its requirement, and then you just decide how they end penned, which means that you can get more stacks in that same pending and still change the order. That's part of the reason. Oh yeah, go for it.
Well, because like in Digimon, you rarely miss timing.
Yeah, it's you sometimes get it like with. I think Sistermons sometimes have like some weird timing parts too.
Yes, they do.
Because it's the interruptive kind of stuff.
So you have the Shout, Ballista from hand, Darula. So that is a 1-cost play. Akari will let you draw 1. You reveal top 3. Oh man, this could be it. Adds Taiki though, so that tells me that he doesn't have a cross 5.
Yeah, because then otherwise you would. But you do have a rush attack right now if you want. Because cross 5 would be able to get 2 Jeks and then you attack with cross 3, right?
Deathslinger, popping it. All and then you can probably save the Shout and Darulumon.
And unfortunately, you can't. Those cards underneath your tamers aren't available to you anymore. But if you have like triple tamer, I think this is the time you play it and just hope you don't lose next turn.
I'd probably play the Taiki that he just added to hand instead. Oh,
okay.
You had another full set in hand?
That's crazy. Oh, there's a little bit late, but there's a cross 4. I mean, if you have materials to do it one more time, you do win.
Gravity Crush here could also be what? Not Gravity Crush. Gravity or a Blinding Ray, actually.
Yeah, so it lives there, and then Gravity, Blinding Ray. We've seen 2 Shoutmons go through, but having the red and yellow tamer out is insane. So Gravity Crush. All right, going to 4. Do you have enough to play Taiki. Okay, Taiki to get you the materials free for it. So I think you.
No.
Yep, there's Darulu underneath. You can tap it to play the cross 4. You just add it to hand. And I think you're just missing. I think you have everything, even just on board. Yeah, you sure do. Yep, easy pick there. So good.
God.
Golly.
Disgusting.
Yep, so this being able to attack one more time and getting that W there.
That's rough.
Yeah. So taking it game 1, and we're going to have to see how game 2 goes. I'm telling you, like this is the why I think Crossart has an edge.
I agree. I 100% agree. I mean, I'm reading the chat right now, and I'm just amused because part of me is just thinking about Thanos going, Digimon, the trading card game, perfectly balanced.
I mean, if everything's broken, then nothing's broken, right?
Arguably, at this point, I think there is too much oversaturation of Greymon support. That's pretty much my only complaint of the game. I do wish that all Digimon had like equal representation, equal like power creep, but for the most part, it's basically just Agumon, Greymon. Like, and I already threw some of the custom cards that I'm working on for my next What If series.
Yeah, but it's pretty rough. Like, especially like there are some lines that are only looking like care about the name of a Digimon, and when only one of that card really exists, it's really tough. That's what like imagine Gallantmon, but it had like one more Takato like a year ago when EX2 dropped. It would have been, I think, just an actual deck, right? Instead of still just always a little bit behind.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I do think, and you kind of bring up a good point too, that like originally the Digimon trading card game felt like it was very much a you can there's freedom and flexibility in digivolving, and now it's very much if you digivolve from this specific lineup because it relates to the lore, you actually get rewarded for doing it.
Yeah, so it's just kind of tough when some decks just don't have as much flexibility for those choices.
I agree. How them fries?
I'm moving on to the nuggets section. So nuggets.
Oh, you got nugs. I thought you got a burger.
Nope, I got a nugget. Nugget
Fried
and
chicken.
fries.
Fried chicken also sounded good earlier too.
I never have canes for dinner. It's more of a lunch that will hold me out for the rest of the day kind of meal. But
Yeah,
I do enjoy
that's me and sushi.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Yamon coming in the Rays, going into an EX2 Impmon, and then Digivolving or playing Iron Mako. Impmon X. There's the Wizard again. Pretty good stack right there already. So let's see how Michael can, how will he respond? Because we got Pikmons going into Star Monster 0. A Taiki Kudo, what a perfect opener. Finding Shoutmon Star Sword, double Ballista, and a triple tamer. Taiki, Kiriha, and Nene.
Yep. So it looks like adding the Star Sword to hand, and you can Digivolve on top of the Starmons for free on that, right?
Correct.
Unfortunately, it is a double name, which is quite nice, but
I think it's actually only.
No, it's yeah. Sorry, it's the other way around. It's Digivolve for 1 on a level 2 if that's yellow, and then it's Digivolve for free on a level 3.
Yes, because of the Shoutmon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I got the.
I was like, wait a minute. And then I was like, dang it, I'm too tired.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the first feature card I've done all match, so there's that too.
Yeah. We don't see it too often, but it is like one of the game enders that can end the game.
Yeah, you don't see it Digivolving often unless you just literally don't have another rookie to go in raising, right?
Yeah. Ooh, do you got the Darulu?
You do.
Let's go. Oh, you can actually contest the oh, never mind. You're just gonna murder it. Murder.
All right, you have 2 memory right now, going up to Starmons.
Probably just attack and then just play like another tamer.
I think so.
Four security left, so it's 4-4 security right now. It's pretty good for both sides.
I think this is more closer to a Merfolk build of Cross 7 or Cross Heart.
Yeah.
Right, there's another Cross 3, which you get to do for free if you really wanted to. Because we do know there's the Shoutmon in hand.
He chose not to do it though.
Interesting. Maybe just prioritizing the choke into one.
So yeah, there's the Mervamon. We lost a Blinding Ray, but he does already have the colors for red and yellow, so he can play Gravity Crushes and also Blinding Rays without problem.
Yeah, both games being able to find the Akari and the Taiki very quickly is very strong.
I wonder if he runs 4-4 and then 3 Zenjiros.
Maybe.
Because memory is less important at this point.
I don't think we've seen... Have we seen Zenjiro? We did. We saw like one or two.
We did. We saw it last game, but I'm trying to figure out the ratios without looking at the deck list too.
That's true. That's probably wise.
Because there's certain decks that, they're just like well known at this point that you can kind of gauge like, how many security bombs you're likely to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of rough actually. And luckily they can get the X antibody back with like Balmon X later if they need it.
Yeah, I sure can. So that does help you a little bit, but you have to... That's going into a level 5, and you still only have a level 3 right now.
Ooh, that's rough sometimes to do
so
that.
going into the Impmon X, Digivolve on top, discarding an option card. That's fine. I like this so far.
That's a good option card to like pitch to like get back like Wizardmon or your Demon Lord.
Or just another Impmon. Right,
ooh, really strong here. Trash 3. Any memory game back? Another Rivals. That's pretty good. Almost 15 cards in trash right now.
He'll let us know, I guess, in a second.
Start of turn. We could delete the cross 3. I don't think I'd do that because going for aggro. There's the Ignite.
I don't think I've seen anyone ever do that to me ever.
What?
Pop an X3.
Oh, yeah.
The only time I can really think it could make a difference is that if you really needed the materials for like a cross 7 or cross 5.
Yeah.
That's never really happened for me.
Cross 3 going into security. Hits the Beelza, so it does get deleted, and you do get a material save everything, because...
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Ooh, another Akari, but it does not delete the Witchmon, but it does kind of weaken it a little bit to a certain extent.
And you do get to draw 2 cards, which is great.
Yeah. No Iron Mako kind of hurts. Without Iron Mako, you're very much playing a more RNG style game.
Yeah, it gets so much advantage. I mean, if it was again the first or second hand security, you'd be so happy with that.
Yeah.
All right, banking on a discard to keep the turn. Did not get it
here. So 1 memory still. This is going to be a little bit rough considering, the Darulamon can attack first. And then the Ignitemon can potentially delete Darulu to pop the EX2 Impmon.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see what Darulu does first, probably.
I feel like you'd actually attack with Ignitemon first. Because you want to get that draw.
And you don't think you're... Yeah, okay. So then you're deciding not to get rid of the Impmon.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a Witchmon. So, yeah, Darulu would have died and been deleted anyways.
Mm-hmm. We know there's a Mervamon, so that makes me think that we're likely going to see... Well, it would have been deleted regardless.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see some crossing happen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you only need two more hits right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ooh, a cross 5. Which is pretty rough.
Does he have all the pieces?
Because if he did, then he would have done that last turn, right? Or like before he swung with the Rulu.
Yeah, it doesn't have the shout, but you will get a draw 2. And you get a choke at 1. That's pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I feel like at this point, looks like Tessero is probably going to Digivolve into the Beelzemon in hand. Starter deck 1.
Mm-hmm.
Mill 4, and then probably gain at least 3 memory, I want to say.
Yeah, you have a lot of shot just to take it right here and get through that security as BLZ. So let's see what his play is. But again, you do have the flexibility for it and just everything else, especially if you have a bomb on X, which you can get for free off one of your rivals' barrage. You get the X antibody back, and then you can attack, go into the BLZX. All right, going into the Imp X.
Actually, the better play here would be to probably go into the EX2 Beelzemon, because there are 20 cards in trash, which means you could delete the Shoutmon Cross 5.
Gotcha.
Going into security first there, you can block if you really need to. Was that bait?
I think maybe it was bait. Maybe it was just to see if it worked, then he'd have the win. Just like, testing that knowledge, right?
Right, because the Balmon X here can contest the Cross 5, but at the same time, the X antibody to Beelzemon X. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 security left for Crossheart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the game right there, because he can just go Rivals Barrage, grab back Beelza X if it's in trash, which I think it is.
Yeah, but you just don't have you don't have enough memory to do that play, right?
X antibody underneath, and then you attack with the Balmon X to go into the Beelzemon X, which will trash 2 security, and then the other.
Then he must be missing a piece, right?
Yeah, 'cause I don't know if he's missing something or if that's the ideal play here.
I think he must be missing something. I mean, even if this attack goes in, you get to just mill 2 with the BLZX, right?
So you don't mill anything
Or not
off.
mill, you get the security mill. Yeah, do the burn damage.
Yeah, because right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, if you attack here and go to BLZX, you just win.
Yeah, but he must not have it. Because I don't think we've seen a BLZX. Okay. You get a memory back. You get 3 more mills, which means 2 more Impmons.
2 Impmons get played. Does he really not have the Beelzemon X?
I don't think he does. I think he's missing
trash? That's unfortunate. I thought he had it.
Because if he did, yeah, I think we're all in agreement. He would have been able to win.
No, it's in the trash. It's right there. It's the 3rd card next to the 7th full cluster. Very bottom. It's the only card that's 13 play cost.
Okay, then yeah, because we're not... I'm not sure. Right? Because if he does have it, because he's got those rival barrages out.
Correct.
So he could have grabbed it. Oh, he's got 3 security. Okay, that's the issue.
Ah.
That's the issue. I 100% agree with you. It looked like 2 for a very long time.
Yeah, I thought it was 2.
Yeah, okay. That is the piece we were missing.
Darn black sleeves. Yeah, I thought it was 2 security. So
it looked like 2 for me, yeah. All right, yeah, going into the one from the advanced star deck. Milling 4 cards.
4.
Getting a memory
that
back.
Should delete the cross 5.
Yeah, I believe that will. And then you can go into cross. Yeah.
Yoshi with the raid.
Ah, oh, dang, that's who I was going to raid after this. Dang it. All right, well. Dang it, Yoshi. What are you doing? I don't accept the raid. Can we send it back? I asked for no pickles. There's pickles on this raid. All right.
There it is.
There it is. Finally. Did he have enough memory for that play, though?
Yes, he did. Because he gained a bunch of memory from the Beelzemon play. Because he Digivolved into it, trash 4, and gained 1 memory off of a Wizardmon. Then gained, I believe, 3 memory back. Goes into Beelze X for 1, and then afterwards goes into Beelzemon Blast Mode for 4, unsuspends, and gains 3 memory.
Yeah. Well, we are going to go into this game 3. And jokes aside, thank you very much, Yoshi. I really do appreciate the raid. Hope your stream was good. Did some good testing over there. Again, this stream is lasting a little bit longer than we thought, which isn't a negative, but it's where we're at.
I mean, I anticipated it would last this long since you said 6 rounds.
I had faith in the tying and the pair downs, but not. Honestly, in the last 3 weeks, I've had probably about half a dozen tournaments where going into a round we had 3 undefeateds, and I think every single one of them, the pair down won. And it's always gone to max round, even with a 50. Like I've lost 6 50-50s in a row for tournaments.
Yep, I know because I've been a part of those.
2 of them, yeah, 2 of them you were part of. That's right. That is right.
Back-to-back regionals that were 9 rounds.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
Not complaining. I just was entertained that we were both like, all right.
Yeah, it is a.
Hopefully the pair down loses.
Yeah. For our sanity and well resting.
Meanwhile, Yomi was like, pow, pow, next round.
Next round. Right.
Crossheart had a pretty good setup there, too. I think that both players were in a good situation there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly a little surprised Beelzemon did so well in that last round, considering their trashing effects were just really miss on that one, and there was no Iron Mako to back them up.
Yeah.
But that's why it's just a battle of RNG.
I've been in tournaments at 8 rounds being the winning pair down. Yeah. Yeah, that is you being gracious, Dan. That is a choice. You've decided that. You know what? I'm done. Everyone else should be done. Let's get out of here.
Yo. Oh, no Darula. Oh, sad. This is where you don't want to play anything out too much, but It's just rough.
Yeah, I wonder if side decks is the next thing, because when we started playing this game, at least coming from Dragon Ball, it was like, oh, there's no mulligans and there's no side deck. That's really weird. And now we have mulligans, and so that's opened the door
Yeah.
for us to complain for some side decks. And this game lends up to it a lot of the time too, which is just a shame that there isn't right now. I think the only reason there isn't a side deck is because Japan, it ran best of one for so long that side decks would be useless, right? But there's just so many cards that they've already made that it's like, man, this is a really, really, really good side deck card, but I can never justify it being put in my main deck.
I have a feeling that the moment that Witch one Digivolve, it's going to delete the Starmons.
All right, well, we got...
Wow, that'll work too.
All right. And yeah, getting the deletion there and getting saved by Akari. Attacking with a Wizardmon. Milling another Wizardmon. And then an EX3, which then gets another... Like, that's the thing. Like, that's... Are there any Impmons in the...
Nope.
Trash? Yes.
Oh, yeah, there's the EX2.
Yeah. I will say, for someone who plays this deck as much as he does, he should definitely have 4 all-art copies of EX2. I will shame him for that.
I was a little confused about that myself. I was like, wait, how do you only have 3 and 1?
At the flex one?
Well, because the decks come with 4, I think.
Yeah, the deck comes with 2. Yeah.
It still doesn't explain where the one random one came from.
This one's just my favorite.
Unless it's signed by Derek Stephen Prince. Alright, Pikmon's coming back out. Sparrow. I feel like Michael is falling a little behind right now.
Yeah, definitely compared to the first 2 games, just not seeing any as much immediate. Not seeing Taiki, I think, is the biggest thing.
Having a tamer is nice though, but this will let you draw 1 and then reveal top 3. 1, 2. There's Ballista. You've been looking for that.
Oh, there's Taiki. You definitely grab that one. And the Akari as well to potentially get another Darulu play later. But the tempo for this one, Crossheart is definitely behind.
Because right here could be the end of the game, potentially.
It definitely could.
Let's see, 3 security again?
Yeah, hopefully 3. It could be 4, I guess.
8. Yeah, because Tessero is already 2 cards away from 20 cards in trash. So if he goes Beelzemon here, yeah, just like that, then, you know, there is a potential chance for... Ooh. So there's 20 cards right here now.
Yeah, and so you get to... and you have to finish... the resolving... Yeah, digivolving, which is why you didn't mill more first. Oh, Deathslinger, now it's your turn. So I don't think you would have been upset with, passing to 1.
I mean, so if you attack with the Impmon and then you have X Antibody and Beelzemon X, you just win.
That is true. Again, assuming that is 3 security and not 4.
I could see, and no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I didn't have the X antibody, but passing for 1 and getting the trash of 2 security. Okay, aha! See, it was 4.
It was 4.
I knew it.
It was 4.
I knew it. Surprising no swing with the Imp but I think the idea of not wanting to give them any potential, more tamers. Yeah. You don't have a red source out right now, and one of them being the Taiki, a little validating there too. But hitting their own fourth security because we're gamers. Yeah, you just lose on this next turn. Only save is if you if the top card security is an Akari. Our Sunrise Buster asks. Oh, okay, all right. Never mind. Hold up.
I'll play my blockers.
That does make it not as immediate.
That's a lot of memory to give, though.
That is a lot of memory to give to a deck that doesn't need it anyways.
So you have naturally 3 blockers.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our first time seeing Mervamon, actually.
It is. It is indeed. All right, passing it there.
But I feel like if you have another EX2 Impmon, you are basically able to clear even the Mervamon. Because once you clear the Mervamon, you have no blocker. Except for the Ballista.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a 4 security originally. Yeah, it's just those sleeves just don't do anyone any favors.
They really don't.
Yeah, tournaments. I don't know if Poppins. It's still rolling. It is nearly over. One way or the other. It's still slopping. Maybe that's the way to say it.
If you have X Antibody, you can trash the rest of your opponent's security by going into Beelzemon X Antibody. I don't know if you have a second one, though, is the problem.
Yeah. It was 6 rounds total. 6 rounds total for this one.
Really thinking on time here.
I mean, with 6 memory and the options available to you in this deck, there is a way to win this, right? There are some ways, right?
Deathslinger can pop Merva, and then you only have 1 blocker.
Mm-hmm. Which means that you don't immediately win still. Okay, so deciding to warp into, all right, the EX2 for 3.
This will delete Ballista.
Yeah, which means that you have to, actually, does it? Yeah, you need 30 cards in trash to get the deletion on. Oh, going for the cross 3.
What? Oh.
Yeah, Taiki there.
I think I know why. Because Mervamon is 12k, so I'm kind of surprised you didn't block the Merva there.
Yeah, because it's just 11k, right?
Yeah, it would have been 11k to 12.
Because I think this is bigger. I think this has the... What Impmon's on the bottom of this line?
It looks like it is the starter deck one. So the one that when a card is trash, you can delete a level 3 Digimon.
Gotcha. And so taking that one too, and now there's 2 more tamers on that other side of the board.
Ooh, that's really good. Suddenly you turned on all the gravity crushes and all the blinding rays.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you've given them 1 more memory next turn and another cycle. Very dangerous. You know what? I think he got rid of the cross 4 with the idea that he doesn't have a red source. I think that must be it. That must be the idea. To get rid of the red source for the crackback.
I agree.
That makes more sense now. You could Deathslinger. Yeah. Get rid of probably Merva. Yeah, get rid of Merva. Yeah.
Yeah, because they would just save the ballista anyway. There's no blocker though. Can you? All right, 3 security or 4 security for Bielsa? I can't. 3, right?
I am pretty sure it's 3.
Okay.
Let's see. Or just in
4
case of Zen-Zero and security. That's a good point too. If you got rid of the ballista and you hit Zen-Zero, you'd be pretty upset about it. Looks like 4.
All right, I gotta click on this again and look.
I'm pretty positive it's 3.
It looks like 3 to me.
I enhanced it, which means I sat really close to the monitor.
3 attacks is gonna be really hard to get off in this.
Well, there's 1.
You need cross 4.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Sure.
You need cross 4, cross 3, cross 5.
You can just do cross 5. Okay, cross 4 though is pretty good.
The reason why I go with cross 4 first, and even though it's limited to 1, it's because that it unsuspends one of your tamers.
Sure.
Draw 3.
Yeah. And then draw a 4th one on swing.
Draw with Starmons.
All right, wizard. Then use the effect to put everything underneath. What probably the tie? I mean, it doesn't really matter where it goes, but yeah, you get the restand.
But you want to unsuspend one of your tamers so that you can reuse that cross effect, which is really good here.
Yeah, and then if you have another cross 3 and another cross 5, you're good. Yeah, cross 3 first because it uses less materials, and it can help you find 2 more. So that's for 1. All right, X antibody and security to end the turn. That's that. Feeling it. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling on this last card.
That would be huge.
That's what I'm feeling.
That would be huge. Well, we have seen an X antibody though.
It is an X antibody, but it's an X antibody of that. And the fact that that did get the deletion is just pretty much seals it. Yeah. All right.
No.
Gravity
not like
crush
this.
and double gravity crush. Now you don't even need all your material. You just need half. You're gonna blinding ray just for fun. That is disgusting. That is, yeah, the Star Sword, baby. Love to see it.
Oh, what a way to end it.
What a way to end it.